Years together don't just go away like that. I do everything I can to forget, but nothing ever works. I'm still filled with hurt. Wish my memory could be blurred. If only I could erase the things we used to do. If only I could have amnesia when I think of you. If only I could erase the things we used to do. If only, 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 only. Amnesia when I think of you. If only I could. I let you in and right away my walls crashed down. You loved me till you left to try to numb the pain now, but nothing ever works. I'm still filled with hurt. Wish my memory could be blurred. If only I could erase the things we used to do. If only I could have amnesia when I think of you. If only I could erase the things we used to do. If only, 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 only. down a darker road. Now that I've lost this, now I'm in pieces. I swear I never see you go. Thought it was real when you said forever. Oh. And baby, I tried to put up a fight, ooh, but my heart always ends up back on my sleeve. Made me feel brand new, and I believed you when you told me that you'd never leave me. But now I feel like I can't breathe. Yeah, I'm missing parts of me I didn't know I had before I ever knew. I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. But now it feels like I can't breathe. Yeah, I'm missing parts of me I didn't know I had. I didn't know I had. Falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. I don't know which way I should turn. There's no clear sign now. It's just a ghost town. You made this city feel like home. Now I don't hear a sound. The silence speaks loud. And now I feel like I can't breathe. Yeah, I'm missing parts of me I didn't know I had before I ever knew. I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to pieces.
Distance nerding.
That was a little too close. That threw me off. I was like, whoa.
What up, everybody?
Young Phil is happy, and he has zero W in him right now.
I know, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching Distance Nerding.
He's Young Phil.
And he's the John Mez 5000.
And we're here to nerd together. We're talking about anything, pop culture, movies, food, music, wrestling, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
Now, guys, you gotta follow us on all of the social medias, on the Instagram, the Twitter, the Twitch, the YouTube. I said Instagram already, didn't I?
Nope.
I didn't say Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook Live, Facebook, wherever you can find social media. If there's social things happening and it's on media,
If there's socials and there's medias,
the socials and the medias. Oh, Darren, we love you, man. He just said we are his favorite people on the internet.
I thought he was just referring to me. No,
Well,
both of us.
Is it a Pinoy thing? Is it just because
I don't know. It could be. It could be both of us. It could be
Okay.
just me. I assumed it was just me.
It's definitely not your lighting.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it my lighting? Are you saying my lighting's bad?
I say your lighting is terrible. Chris Neal throwing it out there. We also have an OnlyFans and Brand Army and a Fansly. So I mean those are
Fansly. Don't try coming at me with. Better.
I think a Fansly. I think Fansly is something like OnlyFans, just like another version of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming. I don't know what that is. I don't know. What was the other one that was in the middle?
In the middle.
There was another one he said. Brand Army. I don't know that one either. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that tonight, Darren. So Darren's kind of giving us a spoiler on something earlier. Some breaking news. Justin Lin walked out because of Vin Diesel. Which we have that in our stories here tonight.
I like it, man. I like all of our new listeners. Like, shout out to Darren, shout out to Cam, because they come with it with the news and the rumors. They got it like before I do. It's like they're on it. I love it.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. They are really on top of it. Mickey James are Mickey. That's funny.
Mickey James
wrestler. But I mean, because he calls me Mickey, right? So Darren calls me Mickey. James is James, but what's funny is Mickey James is a wrestler. she's an old school wrestler at this point. But I mean,
hey, she was just who was it, like Impact champ?
I was gonna say
Royal Rumble
TNA, but she's on Impact now, right?
Yeah.
She had a long rivalry with
Trish
Stratus. Yeah.
Oh, look at that! All the way from Houston.
Oh, how's Texas, man? Is it hot over there right now? Even
Houston,
at night.
Houston, we have a problem. AA coming at us all the way from some random hotel.
From Tejas.
Yeah, from the Tejas.
Hey,
good.
Don't talk smack about Texas, all right? As I'm not a Texas guy, but I've got a lot of friends in Texas, so we don't want to offend Texas.
I got friends in low places.
Well, that all being now, guys, this week on deck, we've got the download.
The download. Is John Stamos the next Iron Man?
Starting rumors.
Wonder Twin powers deactivate.
Yeah.
Ouch.
We got the breakdown.
Live from a sarcophagus in Mark Spector's mind, the episode 5 breakdown of Moon Knight.
But of course, I had that turned down.
But first,
let me get a shout out. Guys, shout outs to Poddex. In fact, this episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are unique interview question and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, you're going to want to check out poddex.com. Guys, go to poddex.com and put in the code nerding10. You're going to get 10% off of whatever it is you decide to purchase from Poddex. And Poddex are awesome, guys. If you're not into it, if you haven't checked them out yet, their merch is awesome. But also on top of that, if you're not a podcaster, you're not a broadcaster, you're not somebody who does this kind of stuff and you don't do interviews and stuff, it's good for icebreakers. It's good as a party game. There's all kinds of things that you can do with it because it is just loads of fun.
So we use them for like our interviews, whether it's like in-person like
Right.
panels for
Right.
like the Comic Cons that we do. Like we're
Or
gonna use
all of
them
our
at Powerhouse.
right, or all of our time for taco stuff that we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. We use pod decks. If
Yeah. So
you're
mhm.
honestly, if you're looking to start a podcast or thinking about it, and you just want to like where do I get ideas from? Poddex is a great place to get ideas. I think they even have like an episode starter kit,
Yeah,
like
they
where
do.
it. Yeah, so go check it out. Nerding 10, get your 10% off. Go get yourself a deck of cards.
Just really quick, I'm just going to throw up a random one. So, movie night. I'm just going to open this up real quick here. And the question that comes, horror movies, yes or no?
Horror. We might see a horror movie this weekend with Doctor Strange.
I know, really though.
Sam Raimi making it happen. Look,
Darren's already throwing out the spoilers over here. He said breaking news: Professor X and Wolverine are going to show up in Doctor Strange.
allegedly. Come on, you need to put allegedly in front of that.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to be getting a little bit of Professor X action.
Mm-hmm. Darren's hyped. He's ready for this. He must be drinking some Dubby.
I know, right? Speaking of Dubby, ladies and gentlemen, the stream is powered by Poddex. So if the stream is powered by Poddex, then what powers young Phil? What powers me? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have an answer to that question. It is Dubby. Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrins, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors, no dyes. It is deliciousness. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg, as in good game. Dubby.gg, and use the code nerding10 to get 10% at checkout. Now, guys, my flavor of choice all the time is the Dragon Aid. It is dragon fruit pink strawberry lemonade. It is deliciousness. I love it. I just ordered the new flavor that just came out, beach and peach.
Whoa, that sounds awesome.
And it's a white peach mango.
Okay, mouth watering, mouth
And they're saying that
watering.
it is the best flavor that they've ever come up with. So I'm excited to try this flavor once I get it here. Unfortunately, I just realized I didn't grab any water, so I can't make my W right now like I normally do.
So you want me to buy time? You need to go get some water?
If you want, do you want to give everybody the
I'm gonna-
update?
No, I'm just gonna talk about Powerhouse Comic Con instead.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Why he talks
All right.
about us.
Okay, go get your water. Go get your water. Okay, y'all, check out powerhousecomiccon.com. When is it? May 14th? We're going to be in Pleasanton, California for Powerhouse Comic Con. Get excited. It's going to be a ton of fun. Darren's going to be there, right? Darren, you're going to be down there hanging out with us. You're going to be taking some pictures with young Phil, but it's going to be awesome. Tons of artists just like Darren. Tons of vendors selling Funko Pops that I bought too many of last time, but it's gonna be amazing. We are gonna be Distance Nerding is gonna be running the celeb panel, so we'll be doing the interviews. I think they just updated the panels, so let's see. We got here. Oh, check out these panels we got going on. We got Podcast Mayhem with Distance Nerding to start off the show, and then we got Into the Inferno with Jessie Flowers. She's a voice actress, so from like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Michaels Fabeck, who we met at Gem State Comic Con up in Boise. We'll be talking about his arcade system and II Arcade. Dude, these arcade systems are amazing. I love these arcade systems. They're so great. I didn't get to meet this guy, but everybody who's met him has raved about him. But Lord Blood Raw, we're going to get to interview. He does like a horror theater thing. So all these panels we're going to be covering at Powerhouse Comic Con, plus cosplay contests and cosplayers walking around. I think there's a $300 in prizes that they're giving away during the con. It's going to be amazing to see all these cosplayers. Oh, that's right. Speaking of cosplayers, Lady Deadpool Fresno, our boy Noel's Cosplay, our very good cosplay fans will be there. I think they're running the cosplay
contest.
Yeah.
I think the cosplay contest is being run by Colossus Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because Colossus Girl is going to be there this year.
You mean Colossus Girl herself?
Actual like Colossus Girl, Metallark, and Gemstar.
Oh, nice.
I think they're going to be there, but I mean, again, the Fresno Deadpools they did the cosplay contest last year.
Yep.
So it'd be kind of cool to see them all kind of like team up.
Yep. I was just telling everybody in the chat that they just updated the schedule. So we are leading things off with Podcast Mayhem at 10:15. This is going to be awesome.
I'm so excited because if Cam can tell you about kind of when we just kind of took over the stage because there was like a gap and we were just like, why not? Let's just have some fun. And it became a thing. And it was so popular that they're giving us our own segment. And it's
right. So it was fun just hanging out, riffing, doing some trivia, giving away some prizes, doing impressions. So it'll be fun. If you want to come here, Mickey in person, you can see Philippe doing Mickey.
Oh boy, we're gonna have fun.
But it turned out to be a lot of fun with everybody just hanging out, kind of all being like one big community, and just hanging out together, having fun. Of course, prizes are always fun. Philippe is always willing to buy your affection.
Oh yeah, I have been collecting all kinds of prizes. I actually got another one, James. I'm sorry. There was another one that it jumped out at me, and I was like, I have to buy another one.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, we were just at Rob's Collectibles. Shout out to Rob's Collectibles this past weekend, and we picked up a bunch of prizes.
Mm. I got another one this morning.
I know, but wait, I'm just saying, we got a bunch of prizes at the local toy show here in Sacramento that we'll be bringing to Pleasanton. So we got a bag full of prizes ready to go for y'all. So come out to Powerhouse Comic Con May 14th. Where's it? Alameda County Fairgrounds?
Alameda County Fairgrounds.
There it is. Boom. It's going to be awesome.
Get ready to have all of the fun because I'm ready to have all the fun. Look, I have all this energy and I haven't even drank my W yet. I'm just mixing it right now.
It's him all the time.
This is me all the time, always amped up, but the W helps.
The W, the Dub Beezies.
The Dub Beezies. So guys, like I mentioned, it has no artificial colors. It has no extra sugars and all that. So, I mean, it's got like almost like a cloudy gray because it's a white substance in water. But
well, they don't add all the colors. They don't need all that extra junk.
Right. It doesn't have all the extra junk that you have in most energy drinks.
Sorry, I got a call.
Oh, it's so tasty.
Anyways, let's get into some news.
Let's do this. Hold on. Let me move this because I've got sound bites to get
the things.
I've got the things to get here. I think, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the download.
Don't forget, everybody, check out the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook. All the trailers, all the reactions, all the memes. We'll try to keep things as spoiler-free as possible. I know we got some big, heavy hitters coming out this month.
Right.
And, actually, if we want to talk about it, we'll label the post as spoiler-ish. So if you don't see Doctor Strange right away, or if you don't see Obi-Wan Kenobi when it comes out, or Top Gun, or Stranger Things, which are all coming out this month. We'll label it like spoiler.
Well, Doctor Strange, guys, so I'm going to throw the warning out right ahead of time. Doctor Strange will probably give it about 2 to 3 weeks. Or before we do an actual review. We might do a spoiler-free review as a reaction, or maybe we'll do it on Facebook or on Instagram Live, right? We'll do like a spoiler-free review.
There you go.
And a reaction, right? But then we are going to do a full spoiler review, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks. Give everybody some time to get to go out and watch it.
I like it. I don't even remember what trailers we posted this week. Everything's been such a whirlwind. I think we got, what do we get? Like a new, well, we've been getting Doctor Strange teasers like all week. Did you see the one I posted today? It's the new, I don't know the actual name of it, but it's Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al Yankovic.
Yes. Oh man, we talked about that a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him as Weird Al Yankovic, man.
Yeah, it looked really good. I was like super impressed with it.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes full Weird Al. He gets weird with it, so
And
I'm
I
down
mean,
with it.
that's what we want. See, I love that he's been establishing himself as his own actor outside of Harry Potter, and has been doing like a really good job of everything, man.
Nice. Nice. So that'll be a fun one. Anyway, let's get into some news. And again, check out all the trailers in the
Oh,
Distance Nerdington post on
oh, hold
Facebook.
on.
I'm
Look who's in the
talking
chat.
and you're yelling.
No, look who's in the chat.
Oh, look who it. By the way, let's shout that out. Shout out to Tim Donaldson, the cool Jawa in the house, coming at us in the Facebook chat.
Hello there.
So I don't know if you all know this, but you are in Star Wars royalty right now. Tim
Guys.
Donaldson, original actor from Star Wars 1977, the original movie, is
Before it
here
was
in
New Hope.
chat with you. Yeah. Before it was New Hope. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tim is he was 5 years old, I think, when he played a Jawa in Star Wars way back in the day. Hey, may the 4th be with you as well. Oh, that's right. Hey, tomorrow here in
Right.
Sacramento, we'll be joining Tim. He's going to do this amazing celeb panel where it's him, Andrea Miller, who was also played a Jawa, and Alan Fernandez, who was an original Tusken Raider,
Right.
all from the original movie. We're all going to be watching the original 1977 version of the film here in Sacramento on May the 4th. So cool. So cool. I'm so excited for this. This is going to be amazing.
We're gonna have
be
so
amazing.
much fun, you know, and man, I can't wait to watch the original Star Wars with original Star Wars actors. It's so fun. And guys, again, you can all join us
Mhm.
and have that experience with us. You know, I 100%, if you're in the Sacramento area or you can make it to the Sacramento area, I 100% would love to see all you guys there.
Yes.
You make it
Yes, we'll all be there. By the way, Tim is also mentioning, I forgot to mention Angela Staines, who's one of the Tonica sisters, like the twins that were in the cantina,
Cantina, right?
like the only women in the cantina that were there. She'll be there as well. So 4 original Star Wars actors will be there in person. There's gonna be a panel, and you get to watch the movie. They'll also be doing autographs and photographs, and merch will be there. Shout out to Toy Fusion. They plan on doing some prizes that we can give away. So Distance Nerding is going to be helping out with that. So all kinds of stuff going on May the 4th. Shout out to Tim Donaldson, our own cool Jawa in the house. I think Tim's gonna have his new shirts there.
Oh man, those shirts are awesome. You know what? You just reminded me. I'm wearing his shirt tomorrow.
No, I'm wearing his shirt tomorrow.
I'm wearing his shirt tomorrow.
I'm gonna be wearing his shirt.
I'm
tomorrow.
gonna be rocking his shirt tomorrow.
Okay, we'll fight about it later. Anyway, make sure to come hang with us. Crest Theater, Sacramento. I think doors open at 5 or 6. Toy Fusion will be there selling merchandise.
Mhm.
Tim and everybody else will be there signing autographs and taking pictures. And panels at 7, movies at 8. It's going to be amazing. Come hang out.
Let's do it.
Dude, I forgot about that. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
The whole reason we're doing the episode tonight is because we're going to be doing that tomorrow.
Very good point. Very good point. Okay, let's get into some news. And remind me, Tim, I have a sticker for you as well. Actually, a set of Distance Learning stickers, but a special sticker for you. So I'll make sure to bring that.
Nice. Darren, we are going to try and shoot video and take post pictures and everything of the event online.
Yep. I was just telling young Phil earlier, I'm like, hey, remind me to take pictures and do some IG live or something while we're there, because we always forget. We get caught up in the moment.
Yeah, we have way too much fun.
But we wanna share it with y'all.
Exactly.
Speaking of sharing, let me share some news with y'all. So, ready for this? Nobody puts Baby in a corner, and nobody puts a sequel in a corner. With a 1988 TV series, a 2004 prequel, a 2015 made-for-TV musical, and a 2017 remake, and a 2021 reality show, finally, Lionsgate is announcing Jennifer Grey is coming back for a Dirty Dancing sequel. So officially, she's coming back.
So I'm wondering if this is gonna be like, is it gonna be like 40 years later, or is it something that's more of like, like are they rebooting it? Do you know?
So what I've heard, and there's not much we know about the show or know about the sequel besides Jennifer Grey is coming back, and that's what makes it official. Like they've made what did I just rattle off? 5 different remakes or versions or spin-offs of it.
Right.
But with Jennifer Grey coming back, this is like the actual sequel. And I think it's going to be set in like the 90s or something like that. So it's not like it's going to be the next day or something like that, or 40 years later, I should say. I think it's going to be set in the 90s. So that would be like 20 years, 30 years after the original.
So the original was what, 88?
Yeah.
So 20.
Well, no. That's
years,
but
man.
that's when it came out, but that's not when it actually took place. It was like the 50s or something like that when it took place.
Right. But what I was saying is like, since it's like 40
ish
or like
years.
32 years later.
Yeah.
34
Yeah.
years later. Oh my god, I'm so off.
But dude,
later, like is it gonna be like 34 years later?
I think it is.
Yeah.
But she's coming back as baby. She's coming back as, and by the way, Jennifer Grey looks great.
Oh yeah,
she was on like Dancing with the Stars like a few years ago.
Yeah,
it's great.
No,
she'll be back.
She looks amazing.
I'm down with it.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not necessarily a nerdy movie, but I nerded out on that movie. That was like one of those classics. It's iconic.
At this point, all movies from the 80s constitute you as a nerd. So I mean, it's fine.
Right. Look, Chris Neal chimes in. He's like, I don't even count Havana Nights as a Dirty Dancing sequel. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I wanted that one to be good, actually, but it wasn't. So no official date when Dirty Dancing 2 will dance its way into theaters?
No, nothing.
No? All right, we're warming up. It's the first one, guys. It's the first one. We're warming up.
There you go. All right.
Okay, speaking of Lionsgate, time to dust off that bow and arrow. Lionsgate made the announcement that the anticipated Hunger Games prequel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, finally has a release date. Is this what we wanted?
I'm all for it, just because I do want to see, because this is supposed to be the rise of President Snow, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So exactly, I mean, like, I'm interested in watching this just because I want to see kind of how President Snow became the monstrous dictator that he is. You know, it's a trip because the way that they portray him in the movie, like, he's a monster, but he's very subtle and very like he's not like an in your face, like Hitler-esque monster. He's just like they make him as if like how a politician would really be. He's very calm, collective, but he's very devious. So I mean, I want to see like how he gains all the power that he gains to run all of these districts,
Now, I don't know the whole backstory, but was he in the Hunger Games? Like, was he a participant in the Hunger Games? I don't know that, but
I don't remember. I think the storyline said that he was in the Hunger Games at one point. But like, it's also like he clawed and killed his way to the top. So I mean,
right.
Now I'm interested in seeing like what that's all going to be about.
So I guess what's interesting about it, they finally gave it a release date, but it's going to be opening against, let's see, DreamWorks's Trollstopia.
Okay.
Which is the third film. I mean, and that's what Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake. Come on, dude. It's also going up against a John Krasinski directed piece called If, featuring Ryan Reynolds.
I'm all for that. Ryan Reynolds and John Krasinski and their washboard abs in a movie. I'm all for it.
But think about 3 blockbuster movies like hitting all at the same date.
Yeah. And it's all in 2023. So it's like, there's all these plans that are coming out.
That we talked about this, but it's all these movies that have been like paused from the pandemic. We're all like, we got to get these suckers out. We got to make some money. Gotta make some money back.
Especially now that like theaters are opening and people are actually like
Yeah.
not afraid to go to the theater anymore.
Exactly. So, what's up?
The theater?
The theater? The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes will be taking aim to hit theaters November 17th, 2023.
Oh. There you go.
Okay, that works. I'll watch that.
Shut up and take my money.
Looks like Cam is into the Hunger Games prequel. Yes, Darren, this will be a prequel to Hunger Games. So as they were saying, it's going to be about, what is it, President Snow?
President Snow.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. Anyway, okay, moving on.
And then Jackie was mentioning if anyone is Cree. I don't know how to spell it. I don't remember how to pronounce her name.
Who? Cree? I don't know. Mm-hmm. Jackie, how do you pronounce that name?
Jackie!
How do you pronounce that name?
That name. The character you just mentioned.
Did she mean the little girl?
Typo? That's who I thought it was. Was the little girl, but apparently what
was her name?
No, you said if anyone is Cree.
Oh no,
Rue was her name.
Character I was thinking of, but I was wrong.
Rue. I figured it out as soon as she said it. I'm that good. Okay. Moving on, because Rue is dead. Spoiler alert.
President Coin get a prequel too. Well, I want to watch a prequel about President Business.
From the Lego movie?
Lego movie.
That's good. Okay, moving on. I live my life a quarter mile at a time, maybe one director at a time. Oh, goodness. So this one's for Darren.
One director at a time.
How do you pronounce this guy's name? Louis Leterrier?
I think so. I'm actually not 100% sure how to pronounce his name.
I'm going to go with Louis Leterrier.
Mm-hmm.
Is racing from the MCU to the Fast and the Furious saga. Ooh, so Louis Leterrier, who directed The Incredible Hulk, and he directed the first two Transporter movies, another like car racing action film,
right?
Is replacing Justin Lin as the director for Fast X. Oh, okay, all right.
It's supposed to be Fast 10.
Yes, exactly. It's the 10th one.
It's the 10, right? The X is the 10. That's
yes,
that's right. Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, I guess he also did like Clash of the Titans and Now You See Me for Universal. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah, no, Clash of the Titans. A lot of people panned that movie. I wasn't upset with it. I dug it.
Yeah.
I felt like the story was easy to follow, and it was it followed the myth very well. Now,
I guess Universal was rumored to be losing like $600,000 to $1 million a day,
right?
Since Lin left, because they were in production, and then he walked out.
Right.
So it's like everything paused, but they still have to pay all these people.
Right.
But I guess, boom, found the director that quick.
Right.
Took what, a week?
Something like that. But I mean, again, Universal was losing a crap ton of money because of it, though.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Now, normally we would put this in starting rumors, but because it's like kind of in the same place, we're gonna kind of talk about this rumor now. And just kind of. So Justin Lin, who was the filmmaker behind Star Trek Beyond, reportedly dropped out of directing Fast 10 because of a difficult star and the producer, Vin Diesel. According to the New York Daily News, a source claimed that Dominic Toretto, actor, shows up late to set, doesn't know his lines, and he shows up out of shape, causing frustration for Lin, who co-wrote the film with screenwriter Dan Mazzou.
That's so nuts.
I mean, so Vin Diesel showing up not in shape, given that his character is supposed to be like super ripped, right? So
that's part of the gig,
right? So that right there, but then not knowing his lines and just showing up late, and like it. I would understand where it's like you're the star of your film is not coming in and giving 100%.
He's used to those Marvel lines, just the "I am Groot." You know what I
Right.
mean?
You know, he spent the last couple of years just behind the camera going, "I am Groot," just leaving it at
Exactly.
that. Right.
What did Darren say? It's all Vin Diesel's fault. It's all my fault.
Oh,
There you go. Anyway, they got a director moving forward. Fast X remains on track to open May 19th, 2023. They're going to finish this in less than a year or
Oh,
about a year.
definitely.
That's crazy.
It's gonna. I mean, the whole thing is editing is what takes the most time, right? And it's like, they as long as they can get the film schedule done, even if it's like by a week, you know what I mean? Like that's like the big thing is making sure they have the filming schedule done correctly.
Yeah. So speaking of movie bullies, one big blue bully is pushing back Shazam. What?
Yeah.
So it was announced Shazam, Fury of the Gods, is being pushed back 5 days so it doesn't have the same opening day as Avatar, The Way of Water.
Disney's just like, hey, let's destroy DC even more.
I know, right?
Like, how do
Not
we?
Marvel.
Yeah, like how do we destroy DC in every way that we can? Oh, we have the follow up to the highest grossing movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Put it out the same day that DC's putting out one of their more successful franchises.
As of right now, is it the second or is it the first? I think it's the second.
I thought it was first again because they re-released it in China.
I think you're right, but
Yep.
they're also going to be re-releasing it again.
Mm-hmm.
I think later this year in
Right.
theaters, in prep for I think the December release of Way of the Water, whatever it is. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, 5 days. 5 days. That's not a big deal, right?
Yeah, they're basically pushing it. Is it pushing it back or pushing it up by a week? It's I mean they're or delaying, so I assume that they're probably pushing it back by a week.
Yeah, they're pushing it back. But that's not a big deal. And honestly, like maybe that's just all these different movie companies just playing nice.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's not as cutthroat as we think it is. It's like, all right, get your 5 days worth of Avatar, the blue, Way of the Water. You're gonna make a ton of money. Good for you. We're gonna hit you with Shazam. A week, less than a week later. Not a big deal. Come on. All right.
That's actually
Avatar. What? Who?
That's actually a cool rumor. So Darren is saying that one of the rumors out right now is that the Way of Water trailer is going to be tacked on to Doctor Strange 2.
I did hear that.
Yeah, so
which is so smart for Disney.
Yeah.
Like just cross promote.
Mm-hmm.
Synergy, baby. All right. Avatar, The Way of Water is cannonballing into theaters on December 16th. Shazam, Fury of the Gods will now strike into theaters on December 21st.
And then there's like an explosion in.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Rude.
Well, I was saying that your puns were good. I was just
I know, right?
Explosion sound.
Exactly. All right. More DC news. This one I did not see coming. So it was announced that a spin-off series, well, I didn't know the spin-off was coming, but a spin-off series that centers around Amanda Waller is currently in the works for HBO Max.
Yeah. I'm a little excited about this because I think that Viola Davis has been on point for the 2 movies that she's been in and the series that she kind of like has like a small guest spot in like one episode. But I mean, like Amanda Waller is portrayed perfectly when it comes to Viola Davis, right? Like Amanda Waller is very I use this word a lot, but I mean she is the epitome of a sociopath. Her whole thing is I need these goals to be done, and I don't care who gets hurt or dies in and gets in the way of what my goal is. So I mean,
exactly.
She's very commanding. She's very like she has presence on stream, and I think she does a really good job as Amanda Waller.
Oh, she's great. I love her in that role because she is cutthroat, and it's like everybody has to walk on eggshells around her and what she's trying to do. But I dig this. So this must be what James Gunn was talking about, when he was filming Peacemaker, they said, "Well, what's next?" And he's like, "Well, I may be working on another Suicide Squad show or series for HBO Max, but I can't tell you who it is. I think it's this."
I wonder to what extent that we get Amanda Waller. Like, do we get young Amanda Waller when she is a special forces commando? And what would be cool is if we got that relationship between her and Deathstroke, because her and Deathstroke knew each other in a past life. So before Deathstroke becomes, before he gets the super soldier serum in the DC universe and becomes Deathstroke, him and Amanda Waller worked together, and that's where their relationship started.
They were like, weren't they in like Team 7 or something like that?
Right.
It was like New 52. They kind of rewrote the history.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think so. But anyway, Viola Davis will be executive producing this series with Watchmen alum Crystal Henry. So that's good. We got some big names, some people that know how to put together some good shows. Kind of backing this. And James Gunn, who helmed Waller's previous appearances in The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, will also be executive producing.
Cool.
All right. I dig it.
This means that they're piggybacking on the universe that he's been creating. Like HBO or just Warner Brothers is doing a good job of like, oh, we're getting hits with this particular version of DC and going down that road and doing a really good job of that. And the whole thing is that you're making a lot of the Snyderverse fans happy because it firmly lives in the Snyderverse. I'm hoping again, like the confirmation is if we see Joe Manganiello show up as Deathstroke again, because everybody wants more Manganiello as Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Like I personally want to see more of that, because he's only had like 2 scenes as Deathstroke, and they've both been like perfect. I want to see more of that.
You know how they keep saying that Warner Brothers Discovery is DC is looking for like a Kevin Feige type person? Why don't they just give it to like James Gunn and Zack Snyder? Like, think about the universe they can create together.
Because
right?
DC doesn't have faith in Zack Snyder at this point. And even though he proved that he did something well and did it right, they lost the faith in that. And it's one of those things where like kind of how Disney, it took them forever to walk back firing James Gunn. I think DC is at the point where they've badmouthed Zack Snyder so much that they don't want to walk that back.
I know, but that was all before the Snyder Cut. It's a different age after the Snyder Cut.
But the whole thing is they've changed directions drastically since then. And it's kind of like, even though like they're starting to learn that, we went the wrong way by not going in his universe. I think they've already got so many things in development and like have changed things that they can't go back to Zack Snyder. I think it would be cool that if it's like, okay, well, let me take what you guys have done and what you've changed and let me play with that universe. Between James Gunn and Zack Snyder, who are both giant comic book nerds, like I would love to see what they would do with it. But the thing is again, Warner Discovery, even though it's under new management and everything like that, I don't know to what extent that they're willing to go walk back mistakes from the previous administration.
Sounds so
sounded very
political, right?
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Jester G-Man was just commenting that we moved to Tuesday night. No, Jester G-Man, the reason that we're doing it on Tuesday is because we have an event on Wednesday, so we couldn't do the show, and we decided to do it a night before.
It's May the 4th, bro.
Yeah.
Got to get out there. Got to whip that lightsaber around. May the 4th, y'all. Got to. Speaking of, here's your reminder, young Phil.
Yeah.
You got to charge your lightsaber. Okay.
I don't have a lightsaber right now.
Oh, boo. You need to go talk to Ark over at Kyber Cave.
Ark has a lightsaber for me that I bought. I just haven't gotten it from him.
Oh, kybercave.com. Go get that. Go get that lightsaber. Anyway, no date when Amanda Waller series will be exploding onto HBO Max. Get it? Because people's heads explode.
Explodes like
You know what? Not
explosion.
Explosior.
Explosion.
No, that didn't work.
No, that
Not bad.
didn't work. Wait a minute. We've got somebody infiltration. It's Phoenix.
Hey guys.
Hey, Phoenix, what is happening?
Just
Hey.
Like Amanda Waller off her face.
Hold on. I gotta change the banner style. Give me a second. How was the movie?
It was really good. Oh, it's always good. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a 20-year-old movie, but it's still good.
Yeah. Just to throw it out there, guys. We prior to this, we were doing a watch along with Nerd Culture.
Oh,
yeah.
with Ryan?
With
Mhm.
Ryan, right?
I just took that off. Now it's back. Oh, over at Nerd Culture.
Nerd
So what
Culture.
movie? What movie was it again?
Spider-Man 2002.
So the original Spider-Man movie.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was in there prior to doing the prep for this episode. So
Got it. So you're watching some, what is it, Toby?
Toby.
Tobey Maguire.
Oh.
Very nice. Very
Mr.
nice.
My back.
Souls ready.
There you go. That's right. Macho Man is in that.
Man's in that movie.
Bone Crusher. I love it. I love it.
I am in fact an X-Men. I am.
Exactly. There you go. That's awesome. Shout out to Ryan. Ryan's good people over at Nerd Culture. So
Yeah.
speaking of, if you're liking what we do over here at Distance Nerding, make sure to go check out our buddies' YouTube show, Nerd Culture. I think Ryan has actually a couple different shows,
He's got
Yeah.
it
but
And
it's
that
under
quote-
that nerd,
on there.
Yeah.
yeah, it's under that Nerd Culture umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
So he does some fun stuff over there, and sometimes you guys go hang out, and it's good times. Good times. All right, where were we?
We support each
News.
other.
News.
Okay, where were we? Amanda Waller, new show coming. Okay, here we go. Staying in DC news, looks like the Legends and the Wave Rider are having their final ride.
No.
So the CW has decided that they're going to be canceling Legends of Tomorrow after its 7th season, which wrapped up earlier this year.
Mhm.
Ain't
So
mad.
now,
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not too mad about this. There were aspects of that show that were cool. I mean, the fact that they brought John Constantine back was a cool thing on that. But I mean, just overall, I wasn't a huge fan of Legends of Tomorrow.
I watched every single episode of Legends of Tomorrow. I enjoyed it. It got a little wonky, a little crazy last couple
Mhm.
seasons,
Mhm.
but I enjoyed it. It felt like very approachable, you
Mhm.
know? Like you didn't need to be like deep into like DC lore and all this other stuff.
Mhm.
But it was a fun ride, fun characters. They made fun of themselves and whatnot. So
Mhm.
it's
Just-
good.
just
But yeah, the last couple.
I gotta ask you because you actually watched the show.
Mhm.
How did you feel about Donald Faison as Booster Gold?
That's what I was gonna say. It kind of ended on a cliffhanger that he was Booster Gold because he was in the show, like he was in the episode,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and they didn't really explain who he was. And at the very end, he's like, "I'm Booster Gold," and then that's how it ended.
So you didn't see? I'm forgetting the name of the little robot that flies around with him, but like you didn't see the little robot or anything like that.
No, you didn't.
That show changed so often. You could miss an episode and be like, "Why is everyone dead?" You know.
Yeah.
Or different. And that was part of the thing. It was like a different crew. That was the whole thing. Is like they had this rotating, gambit of people. A little Guardians of the Galaxy ish, like making fun of themselves, people coming in and out.
That's probably what they were going for. Was like,
Yeah.
hey, how do we do like a DC version of Guardians? And I mean, like again, Suicide Squad does that a lot better. But I mean,
Yeah.
It's my issue with that show was just, like it was a little wacky. They kind of like they would play with characters and then stop playing with them all of a sudden. Like first season had Hawk Girl and Hawkman.
Hot girl.
Hawk Girl and Hawkman.
Oh, hot girl.
Hot girl.
I mean, she was a hot girl, but I mean,
That's
like,
my favorite one.
yeah, she
See
was.
how it feels like when somebody's interrupting you with mispronunciations all the time.
Like
Sorry.
like hot guy.
Hot guy.
Okay, where?
Anyways,
Not in this chat.
but it went 7 seasons. I think that's as much as Arrow did. 7 seasons.
But it's also CW, and CW doesn't cancel anything; they just keep it going. So I mean,
Well, I mean, hey, CW is a little different, but
yeah.
I mean, now that puts like that whole DC Arrowverse. You know, how they were just kept expanding. It's down to what, like 2 shows.
Titans.
No, not Titans.
canceled.
Titans was on HBO Max or DC Universe,
Right,
initially.
in that same universe, though.
No, different universe, different world.
Well,
But
Batwoman got canceled. That got canceled. Arrow got canceled. I think it's just the Flash at this point, right?
and Superman and Lois, Supergirl ran its course too.
Right. Supergirl was done. Is Black Lightning over?
Yeah, that got canceled like after 3 seasons.
Whack.
I know. It's tough. So like they went from 7 shows down to like 2.
Yeah.
And nobody even saw Superman and Lois coming, so that was weird, but I guess it's doing well.
It was a fan favorite though, because when Superman showed up on Supergirl, like people were just like, "Oh my god, we want more of this."
I know.
Look, it's my cousin. Oh wait, he's gone.
Yeah. There's my hot cousin. Come hang out with him.
He's a decent Superman. I can't take it from him. Like, he is a decent Superman.
Yeah.
He's not Henry Cavill, but I mean, he's a decent Superman.
People were shipping him and Supergirl, and I was like, stop. Stop.
No, this is not Krypton is not Alabama. Stop.
Yeah. It's not that far away. I mean, coming from across the universe.
They did live in Kansas, so
I mean,
do with that what you will.
I know, right? So it doesn't sound like you guys are going to miss the Arrowverse or another show.
There will be more.
I mean, yeah, there's going to be more shows. Again, my whole thing was I liked Arrow at first, and then it got kind of weird way later on. Like, they tried to make Green Arrow Batman, especially with like when they started. What was like season 5 or season 6 when they started bringing in Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah,
and like his relationship with, like basically he became Batman. It's like, oh yeah, you now have a relationship with my daughter, but it's not Talia al Ghul because we can't make it Talia because Talia has a relationship with Bruce Wayne, so we have to make it a different character, but it's the same storyline. And it's like, we're gonna make for some reason they decided, oh well, Ra's al Ghul is gonna pursue Oliver Queen instead of Bruce Wayne, and it's like, well, no. I mean, the reason that Ra's al Ghul goes after Bruce Wayne is because he's the world's greatest detective. So it's like you guys are muddling the story, and that's kind of where, like, I'm just like, okay, well, like it felt like they were shoehorning the story because they couldn't think of another story, like an original story, which they could have brought in like onomatopoeia. They could have brought in like a couple of different Green Arrow characters that would have been good. And I think it was like because they messed up the Black Canary storyline super early on, they couldn't expand on that Oliver Queen Black Canary storyline.
I thought that they should just brought in Talia. Like, just bring in Talia. Why does it have to be romantic love?
Well, no, I didn't want that storyline at all. Like, it was just kind of like, don't shoehorn a Batman storyline in. Like, there's plenty of Green Arrow storylines you can work off of. The fact that Mia becomes Green Arrow at one point, they had a lot more that they could have done with Arsenal. Like, there's so much more in the Green Arrow universe that they could have done, and they could have like drawn stories from that they just decided to not use at all. And I get it, go with like original storylines, but really they weren't, because they were just taking storylines from another character and making them for the Green Arrow when you have good storylines for Green Arrow that you could have used.
Yeah, I think they did try some of that, to be honest. Some of the Green Arrow, some of the Batman stuff kind of got mixed in. The Arsenal actor ended up wanting to leave,
right?
So that kind of killed that storyline and that potential. So that's when
he ended up going to Teen. He got the lead at Teen Wolf. So I mean, I understand you leave that, but he ended up coming back in like season 6. So it's like, like,
speaking of Teen Wolf, isn't that where Superman's from?
Yes.
That's right, huh?
I want to say they probably have similar casting directors. because you tend to see that a lot. You'll see like a casting, like when there's a casting director that works on one property, and then you'll see another movie with the same exact actors. It's like, oh yeah, same casting director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also you get the people that hey, I worked really well with this other guy. You know, bring him back in. You know, it happens.
Yeah.
Look at Tom Hiddleston and Owen Wilson at this point.
Yeah. Get a bunch of hunky young dudes that are allergic to t-shirts. So yeah, it all makes sense.
Yeah,
it all makes sense.
That would have been a perfect storyline for Superboy. So I mean,
there you go. All right, let's keep going.
Darren makes up a good point that Smallville was a superior show to all of that. I agree.
Okay. All right, I'll give you that.
They did have a really good relationship between Clark and Lex. The only issue I had with that was I kind of didn't like the history between Lex and Clark going to Smallville, but it still worked. So I wasn't too upset about it.
Yeah.
Back to the Arrowverse real quick. I will say that even though I've watched all these shows, I think the downfall for all these CW shows is that it's on regular TV. So it's still following an older model. Like we're loving all these HBO Max, Disney Plus shows. They're the right length. They're not 22 plus episodes.
Right.
All these CW shows have to be like 22 plus episodes.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a ton of filler.
That was one of the issues I had with Arrow was like, there's so much. Like you can only see Oliver Queen doing the salmon roe so many times before it's just like, all right, is that you're just gonna do a whole episode of this? All right.
It also plays into a big on the CW. Everything is coming of age. They're coming of age. Someone's growing up, and it's a lot of teen drama. And I'm in love with him, and oh, you slept with so and so, and how dare you? And you kind of go, yeah.
That's their demographic. So I mean, like you understand like why they do that in every show is because that's the demographic they're going for. And it's, again, like I like what I liked about. And we're straying way far away, but I mean, like what I liked about the Flash and Grant Gustin's version of the Flash was you got this like outlandish story for multiple seasons up until like what even like was it season 4, season 5 when they did Flashpoint, and you have him going back into the future and everything like that. Like they did Flashpoint really well. In that. I got excited when King Shark and Gorilla Grodd showed up. Like I was like, oh my god, this is dope.
Who knew that would be my least favorite King Shark version?
I mean, at the time when they did King Shark on that show, there wasn't any other versions of King Shark.
I know, right? Now we've got like 3.
Yeah, and then after that, because they were just kind of picking up with King Shark, then we get the Harley Quinn show, and like that was like the greatest King Shark, and then you get the one in Suicide Squad, and it's like, yeah, no, this is like perfect. Yeah, Nanawe was the best. The best version of Nanawe was the one in Suicide Squad.
Okay, let's move on. The show's dead. Move on.
Sorry.
Speaking of dead things, happy halfway to Halloween, everybody.
Yeah.
Halloween.
So
what
just
about my ween?
You didn't know. I'm going to let that one go. I'm going to keep moving. Disney is here to remind us that we're halfway to Halloween with a new Haunted Mansion logo.
Right.
All right. Sounds good. That's all I got. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I was going to say, I've seen the logo. Do you feel like it's that much different from the regular Haunted Mansion logo?
No.
It doesn't feel like it's that much different.
It's very the typography is very well done though.
I will
say that. It fits very well. Like the kerning is perfect. It's connecting right. It's a great homage to the Haunted Mansion. But they're only doing
like
this
a true graphic designer.
Right. So
he said a couple words there that I don't understand at all. Okay.
So the cast of the film includes Lakeith Stanfield, Tiffany Haddish, Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito, and Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
Right? Who's getting excited for Haunted Mansion?
I'm very excited for this because just the cast alone,
right?
These are all high level standout actors. And I don't know. I mean, like, I'm still a little afraid of what the storyline is going to be, but I mean, the acting is already here, and again, my main thing is just I'm a little afraid of, because the last movie that they did, like, what they're going to do with this. So
The fact that they're all heavy hitter comedians that have had a long comedic career tells me Haunted Mansion is going to be very funny.
I mean, you got Tiffany Haddish and Keith Stanfield, who are like they've been blowing up for the last couple of years, right? You got Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito, Rosario Dawson is all over the place when it comes to her acting ability, and I mean in a good way, all over the place. But she does do comedy well, so I mean, I think this is going to be. I think the acting is there. Again, I'm more worried about storyline.
Yeah, think about her and Owen Wilson. They play the straight guy well, meaning like, all the comedy's happening and they're just reacting. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be good. We're gonna have fun. Come on, let's get excited.
Danny DeVito is just gonna. I can't wait to see what Danny DeVito does in this movie.
Right? I love me some Halloween. I love me some Haunted Mansion.
I want Danny DeVito to be one of the hitchhiking ghosts.
Oh my god, that's so perfect.
Tell me he doesn't look like the little short fat dude.
That is so good. I didn't even think about that. That is so good. So good. So I have a 999 Hauntopsis.
Should I do it? Should I do it? 999 Hauntopsis. Yes, it's a thing, Aaron.
In this mystery adventure, a doctor and her 9-year-old son, looking to start a new life, move into a strangely affordable mansion in New Orleans, only to discover that the place is much more than they bargained for. Desperate for help, they contact a priest, Owen Wilson, who in turn enlists the aid of a widowed scientist turned failed paranormal expert, Lakeith Stanfield, a French Quarter psychic, Tiffany Haddish, and a crotchety historian, Danny DeVito.
Oh god!
Come on. Owen Wilson as a priest. This is going to be awesome.
Let's give them a preemptive.
So I'm excited for this.
I am. I'm more excited now hearing the plot. I hope they pull this off. And I love that now, like, again, second try through, it's actually going to be in New Orleans, because the first one wasn't. So I mean,
where was this first one? I don't think they said.
It was New England, I think, or something like that.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah.
All right, Haunted Mansion will come back soon and rise into theaters March 10th, 2023.
Very, very, very nice.
So it worked for Disney. They got us talking about it. There's like no news besides a logo. Got us talking about it. Okay. All right. Speaking of rising from the grave, Tony Stark is back. Kind of. So check this out. John Stamos has been cast as Tony Stark for the upcoming second season of Spidey and His Amazing Friends.
So he's going to be like a short chibi version of Tony Stark.
Yeah, and I'm into it.
I can see it.
Speaking of chibi, Darren.
Yeah. Darren Chibi in the house.
I don't think it's going to be a horror movie. He's saying Danny DeVito in a horror movie.
No, it's going to be a horror.
It's a comedy.
It's going to be just like the last one, where it'll be half funny, kind of strange.
Lakeith Stanfield, though, is somebody who is like, he's been in horror movies and has done them well. So I mean, be interesting. Lakeith Stanfield is just a really good actor. Anyways, I'm sorry. Let's go back to
that's all good. It's all good.
I can see Stamos as Tony Stark. Yeah.
He's cocky. He's witty.
He's stupid handsome, but we're not going to really see his face. So
there were rumors that he was supposed to play Tony Stark in a certain upcoming movie, multiverse.
Oh God, there's rumors of everybody playing Tony Stark at some point. I mean, right now we still have Tom Cruise. You know, people speculating that he's going to be another version, that he's going to be superior Iron Man.
You know what's interesting? Like we have Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and the various versions and from the multiverse, and they all, look different, which is like, all right, fine, it's a multiverse. How come all the Doctor Stranges look the same? Like, how come we don't have other actors playing Doctor Strange?
It's kind of just Benedict Cumberbatch at this point.
Yeah, right.
Well, the other thing, I mean, because we've had different people play Loki too. So I mean, like there's going to be different variants, and it's probably like there's probably going to be very similar variants and then very different variants, right? So I mean, that's they'll probably like go through that. Like watch there be somebody who is like an alternate Doctor Strange that's not Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah. Okay, back to this. Spidey and His Amazing Friends. You guys watching this? It's on Disney Plus. Huh?
I don't, but I'm aware of it.
Now I'm gonna.
I mean, I totally am. I totally am watching this.
It's a very young kid show.
I was gonna say Phil and I haven't really like created smaller versions of ourselves yet. So
yeah, I am very aware of this because I've seen like the characters and I've seen toys and things like that. So I'm aware of Spider-Man, Spidey and His Amazing Friends.
You know what it totally is? It's PJ Mask just done as Spider-Man. And it's totally the exact same thing. And it totally works. I love it. It's got Peter as Spider-Man, but it's also got Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy in it. It's cute. It's super cute.
Yeah, and they're the three most popular versions of Spider-Man who aren't all just Peter Parker. Like you have Peter Parker, Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy. I mean, you have other Spider-Men that are out there, but I mean, the concept of Miguel O'Hara is probably going to mess with kids' heads. They're already dealing with like having to figure out what the multiverse is because you have Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen there. So
yeah,
I mean,
you know what? It works because my kids watch it, and then I think an ad for it came up on Jenny went and took the kids to see some movie. I forgot which movie they saw. But the ad came up, and my youngest daughter, Coco, well, they're twins, so I guess they're both the youngest. They're both the oldest daughters.
Yeah.
Was like, oh look, Mom, there's Ghost Spider. Like she totally knew who it was. She's like, there's Gwen. That's Ghost Spider. Like it's working. It's working. We're creating little nerds for the future.
Parenting level expert. Congratulations.
Right. So I do have a Webopsis. Season 2 will feature a storyline in which Electro tries to drain all the power from the city, and the Spidey team must band together with their amazing friends to try to restore electricity using a new glowing web formula.
That sounds adorable.
Right?
I want to know what Electro looks like as a villain in a children's show.
Yeah, it's super cute. You know what's fun about this too? I grew up watching Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Right.
So this is just another version of that. It was, who was it? Firestar and Iceman back in the day. Now it's just a new version. Like I'm totally into it. I dig it. Season 2 of Spidey and His Amazing Friends swings onto Disney Junior this August, and you can sling the first season on Disney Plus now. I don't know why I get like all Dr. Evil at the end. I'm like, sling the first season now. I don't know.
$1 million.
I know. It's dumb. I know. All right. My last story, I don't have a lead in for it, but it's a cool one. I dig it. All right. So Apple TV Plus has announced that they're developing a new documentary on Michael J. Fox.
I'm very excited for this.
Yeah.
Apple TV has a lot of good content that it took me forever to like actually get into, but now that I'm into it is really good. Their documentaries are actually pretty good, and Michael J. Fox, I'm very interested in seeing like his entire journey because like I've read things about everything on there, like between Back to the Future and Family Ties and Teen Wolf and all the kind of big things that he would like, the whole story about how he worked on Back to the Future while he was doing Family Ties, you know, and then when he got his Parkinson's diagnosis and you know, kind of still continuing to act and everything like that. Like just his story is very inspiring, and I want to see more of it. So
right. So for you youngins in the chat, like if you don't know who Michael J. Fox is, like here's a quick lesson. So he starred in the Back to the Future trilogy. He was on a really famous TV show called Family Ties back in the day. Like what Young Phil said, Teen Wolf. He was in Teen Wolf.
the original Teen Wolf, right?
Yeah. So I have a Alex P. Keatonopsis.
Alex P. Keatonopsis.
At the age of 29, Fox was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and he has fought to keep himself in the best health as possible, and he's also become a champion for the cause. Apple says the film will incorporate a documentary, archival, and scripted elements, and is being produced with unprecedented access to Fox and his family. That's really cool. It's nice to celebrate people when they're still alive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I dig this. I totally dig it. With a mix of
Let him know he's
adventure.
loved.
What's that?
Let him know he's loved while he's here.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what? I was just thinking about this right now. You know what they're probably going to cover is the whole fight that he had with Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, I don't know about that. Interesting.
Rush Limbaugh basically started talking about how Michael J. Fox wasn't really sick and that he wasn't, you know, that Parkinson's wasn't a big deal and all this other stuff, and that he was just a drug addict and all this other stuff. And Michael J. Fox, and Michael J. Fox, just to prove a point, didn't take his medicine for like a day and showed him like how bad it is to have Parkinson's and not be able to take your medicine for it. And like just to prove a point that Rush Limbaugh, you're a dirtbag, and he's like, let me show you what happens to people.
I will be shocked too, like if that's not mentioned.
Yeah, like they I'm sure they're probably gonna mention that whole fight between him and Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah,
maybe. So with a mix of adventure and romance and comedy and drama, watching this film will feel like a Michael J. Fox movie. Aww.
Oh,
go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. I hope it's well, Robin Williams is also mentioned because I know he lost his friend, Robin Williams, who had something similar to Parkinson's, not actual Parkinson's. He had a Lewy body Greg's disease, which takes the mind and the body, where Parkinson's takes the body eventually.
Lou Gehrig?
Was it? I think it's Lewy body. Lou Gehrig?
No, Lou Gehrig. It's
Lou Gehrig. Okay.
That's ALS.
ALS. Okay. I remember it was one of those because I remember he was losing his mind as well. But Michael J. Fox was like, we were good friends, and I was really, really upset because I felt like he was, kind of quitting on me when I've been, fighting a similar disease.
So no date when we will be going back to the future for the Michael J. Fox documentary on Apple TV Plus.
Oh, geez, Rick.
I guess that works. I guess that works.
Greg said he has some news.
What?
Asking if we can invite him on the episode.
Well, yeah, send him, and we'll just
let me
fill for a little minute.
Yeah, let me get the link real quick, and I'll send it to him right now.
Phoenix, what movie were you watching again?
Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 1.
Nice.
20 years ago this month. Which
okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering why they were doing that. I'm like, how come you're not watching Star Wars? Is that too like on the nose? But I'm like, that makes sense.
And then they're gonna do Star Wars, a little bit of Star Wars tomorrow, but they're actually gonna also do what's it called? Iron Man tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Darren, Michael J. Fox is still alive.
Yeah,
no, I was talking about Robin Williams. Robin Williams took his life, and Michael J. Fox actually made a statement that he was really upset that his friend, quit early in the fight.
Yeah. But Michael J. Fox is alive, which is nice because we were talking about that a bit earlier, where it's like, it's nice to celebrate somebody while they're still alive versus after they're gone. So,
and he's still acting too. I mean, he does a couple of different things. Him and Doc Brown. What was Doc Brown's?
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Even Christopher Lloyd just did a Back to the Future reunion little like segment.
Mhm.
Right, and it was on Back to the Future Day, right? So November 15th, was it?
Oh.
Right, they got together, and I think it was on like the late night show,
Mhm.
and basically both of them dressed up as Marty and the Doc again, and, and he goes, "Marty, we went back too far," you know, and they started making jokes about how now they're old, and it was just like, it was good. It was a really good segment.
That's funny. I dig that. Like, hey, make fun of yourself. Have fun. Like, in the end, just have fun.
Right.
I noticed that there's a lot of actors that you think of as when they were young, but they're making fun of themselves because they're old and they can't get a hold of a lot of jobs because they were the romantic lead, or they're not what they used to be.
Right.
And I noticed that there's a lot of that lately.
Mm-hmm. That is true. What happened to Greg?
I don't know. Is the link not working?
Greg, we miss you.
Is he saying it's not working?
No, because I sent him the link, but he's not here yet. I'm shooting.
You're holding up the show, Greg. So we're gonna jump into rumors while we're waiting for Greg.
That's a
and then
good
we can jump back.
impression, Mickey.
What impression? Oh, are we talking? Oh, okay. I know what impression he's talking about now. Not Mickey Mouse, but oh, geez, Rick, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what's happening. Oh, my butt.
Save it for Powerhouse Comic Con.
Oh, geez, Rick.
You and Darren can just hang out in a corner.
Yeah.
Do all the impressions you want.
Yeah.
Do it, McFly. Do McFly. Do McFly real quick.
McFly.
Biff, you doing a Biff?
Are you here, McFly?
Hello, McFly.
Hello, McFly. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Squints.
I am squinting really hard to see.
We are having
Mr. Greg, Mr. Hicks.
Technical,
but I do not see Greg, Mr. Hicks. So I'm gonna do my rumors since everybody keeps stopping me from doing my rumors.
So let's go ahead and do this then.
I don't know what it is.
All right, that's about.
It's been canceled
because we're gonna get canceled. So let me go ahead and turn that down. But yeah.
Okay. So a couple weeks ago, this is so weird how things change so fast. A couple weeks ago, Warner Brothers, just Warner Brothers, before it was Warner Brothers Discovery, cast 1883 actress Isabel May and Riverdale actor KP Appa to co-star in the DC live-action Wonder Twins movie, right? So the movie was being produced for HBO Max, but now the film has been canceled. And I'm got some echo happening.
I was gonna say, what's going on here?
I mean, I enjoy listening to myself talk, but not that much. You know,
form of cancellation.
Exactly.
Hello.
I'm so sad about Wonder Twins getting canceled because I used to watch this show as a kid. You know, on Super Friends.
I was gonna say, so I'm gonna be 100% honest.
Mm-hmm.
They were not my favorite characters on Super Friends.
I don't care. They were mine.
They kind of annoyed me a little bit.
They had a pet monkey.
They did have a pet monkey, but I mean, because they were created for Super Friends, and they were never in the comics before that.
But then they were added later, so it's all right.
That's not why I didn't like them. I didn't like them because they felt so Hanna-Barbera campy.
I get what you're saying.
As characters in general, because it was a Hanna-Barbera property.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, it felt way too Hanna-Barbera of characters. But I mean, And
I
then
see what you're saying.
again, like the characters themselves, the way that they did it in Super Friends were very Hanna-Barbera. I mean, like
The
they
whole
were,
show was campy. What do you want?
yeah.
The
And I
whole
was
show
saying
was campy.
they were running like like the '66 style Batman. Like that was very much the Adam West Batman that was in that
Mhm.
show. So I mean, I'm not upset with it. Just again, I can't see a serious take of the Wonder Twins.
Oh, come on. It'll be alien twins that have superpowers. That's all you need. It'll be fun. So anyway,
Well, see, because I feel like if they did a live action Wonder Twins with like a more updated kind of like version of the characters, like
yeah.
do you really want to see something where it's like form of dolphin,
They
shape
might not
of
do that.
water
They just,
in a bucket?
hey, they might just actually do it. They don't need to say it. You don't complain about Beast Boy
It's true.
on Teen Titans,
It's true.
and he's only changing into a tiger for the most part. Hold on, Greg. You made me wait. Now you got to wait for me because I'm passionate about Wonder Twins. So we're gonna talk some Wonder Twins. So they say
I don't know.
the-
You might be excited about the news I had to crawl out of the sewer for.
then you better wait. We're hyping it up. It's called leading it on. So the film cast and crew were informed of the decision, but they haven't officially announced that it's being canceled. So I'm also echoing.
Gone into the future again.
Yeah.
So tacos on the table. Do we get Wonder Twins? Yes or no? Where are your tacos lying?
First, like we've been doing, what kind of tacos are they?
They are Taco Bell tacos.
Taco Bell tacos. Yeah, I'm that fits for the Wonder Twins.
I know, that's why I said it.
Tacos on the table with that the show is being canceled or the movie is being canceled.
Yeah.
I think that it is being canceled, and I think it's mainly because the direction that DC is trying to move in is going into more of like, and it's going back to a gritty kind of like, real world with the Batman kind of thing, like what they're doing with the Batman. But then the other side of the shows is leaning heavily into comic storylines. That's adorable.
Got it. Hey, Greg, if you have the speakers and mic on, oh, you got headphones on, so I don't know what I'm telling you right now. I don't know why we're getting that echo. Anyway, yeah, my tacos are on the table that this is getting canceled, even though it's going to be the saddest taco I have.
DC's canceling a lot of stuff lately. And you're sort of like, what is going on?
But it's like what we were talking about before. It's because I think they're finding their stride, and the whole thing is, they're looking at properties like, well, we were trying to do this, but that probably really doesn't work, so that's why they're canceling it.
It feels a little like they're trying to follow in Marvel's footsteps and go into a different phase, where Marvel's going to a different phase.
And
But
but also, you got to remember, Warner Brothers and Discovery just merged. There's a lot of overhead right now.
Right.
Even if it's just clearing redundancy out, there's a lot of 401k packages that they got to put together for people and be like, thanks for your hard work. We'll see you later. Here's 6 months of pay. I think they're just, concentrating on the big guns, so to speak.
Right.
Darren, we're talking tacos. James, are you buying everyone tacos at Distance Nerding's booth or just throwing taco party at Powerhouse? Let's throw the taco party at Powerhouse. I'm down with that.
What would happen if we got tacos and I just chucked them at people in the crowd?
We need a taco gun.
A taco launcher?
Yeah. That would be
tacos
great.
for you.
You get a taco. You get a taco.
You get tacos.
Oh my goodness. All right. I got 2 more rumors, but Greg, you're here. Hopefully we got your audio taken care of.
It's kind of freezing there.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we've got a TMNT themed restaurant coming to Denver.
What?
Handsome Boys Hospitality Group is opening a TMNT pizza joint
at the old Giordano's on Broadway.
Oh, dude, that's dope.
Oh, well, I'm sad. I'm sad Giordano's is leaving, but
well, it's one location. We've got, I think, 3 in Denver.
Oh,
so
get out of here then. Yeah.
More reason for us to take a trip out to Denver.
Right? The restaurant will be called Casey Jones and serve $3 New York style pizza slices.
That's awesome.
I'm with it.
Matt Shoemaker, and
who was the former executive chef from famous Original Jay's Pizza, owned by Rosenberg's, founder of Josh Pollock. I'm just kidding. Pollock.
Exactly.
I found his article. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's super cool, man. I mean, we got to go out to Denver anyways. So, I mean.
So it's opening in May. So you guys got not much time at all.
It's going to be May, because it is May.
It's going to be May.
Yeah.
So opening this month, a TMNT. I see a picture. We're looking at the Denver Post right now.
Yes.
And it looks like all the tables. Oh, that's really cool. So you know how there's like long tables, you know, like kind of shareable tables, you know?
Yeah.
It's all like laminated over, but underneath it, you know how sometimes businesses will put like business cards under there, or like, I don't know, pictures,
ads and stuff like that.
Yeah, they have pages from the various TMNT comics underneath the table. So it's really, the table is made of TMNT comics.
Ah, that's dope.
That looks so cool.
And there are distance nerding stickers all over the place in Denver, because when I was there, I was just popping them everywhere. So
on national monuments and whatnot.
No, more in like there's like a really famous Mexican spot downtown Denver.
Oh, you're talking about Rio Grande.
Yeah. And they have like a big sticker wall, so I put stickers like all over it.
Actually, that location has now moved.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that
gotta go back.
Go back so I can put stickers all over the place again.
Right.
That's cool. Good job, Denver. I dig it. I dig it.
That's dope.
All right. Any more on the TMNT front?
Nope.
That's good. Okay? This is what we need you to do. Since it's in May, I don't know when it's going to open in May, but it's May. It's gonna be May. It is May.
It is May.
You got to go do like a distance nerding IG takeover and take a ton of pictures, do a ton of like IG live, and show us what this looks like. Because
totally down.
Send them some stickers.
Yes,
definitely.
Yeah, I can do that.
We need some business cards.
Yeah, we need him to infiltrate this TMNT spot.
And my T-shirt I was supposed to get a while ago.
Oh
yeah.
That's
Did I not send?
It'll come in a pizza box.
I didn't send a shirt.
Taco box.
Really?
That sounds like an offline conversation to me.
Yeah. No, I gotta send that out like tomorrow.
Wah, wah. I don't even need the soundboard. Wah, wah. All right, moving on. I'm going to go back to some gaming rumors. So, we all know that Microsoft and Activision Blizzard merged, or Microsoft engulfed, swallowed
everything.
Eat it like a pizza. Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
But I guess the merger is going to go through sometime next year.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess Microsoft is posting for like new jobs for like after the merger. So if anybody's interested, start looking at Microsoft. But I guess all of the jobs that they're posting right now is for like both companies, like how to merge these two companies together, like from a gaming standpoint. So as spotted in the Video Game Chronicle, the job posting is for manager, gaming strategy and development. And the company mentions Bethesda Game Studios and announced, or actually also mentioned, Activision Blizzard. So I guess it's about, I don't know, putting things together. Somebody help me out. You guys are the gaming peoples.
I mean, if it's like a management thing, it's probably like overseeing different games, and a lot of times it's just kind of like trying to make sure things come out on time, or whether they need to figure out whether things are going back or not. I mean, yeah, I mean, a strategy and development team. A lot of times that's really just, okay, what games do we need to put out? When do they need to be out by? What teams are in development on it? Especially with the company like Activision Blizzard that has like 1,000 companies under their name.
Mm-hmm. Is that what it is? Like they just got a huge library?
Oh yeah, that's what Bethesda was. Like when they acquired Bethesda, they just got a crap ton of like smaller studios that make different games.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a presence even in Portland. I almost went and worked for them.
Yeah, Activision Blizzard specifically, I mean, their franchises are like Call of Duty and World of Warcraft and StarCraft, and like like a lot of like the bigger name games that are out there. Like, a lot of like the bigger name games.
Interesting. I guess it's really not a rumor, but it's really just, hey, put your tacos on the table. There's some more jobs coming.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And I think it's just for yep. I think it's just for a smooth transition, really.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make sure that everything goes, and because they're gonna have projects that are still going while they're transitioning, so they're gonna need managers and people that can do sort of the move over as they're going.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people play DVA and
Diva.
Oh, Diva.
Diva's a character from Overwatch.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if this means like they got to port all these games over to the Xbox as well.
No, so I know like a lot of these games they already have on Xbox, and there's been like a lot of speculation on. Yeah, like there's been a lot of speculation on whether they're going to become exclusives on Xbox now that Xbox owns it. They already announced, because like PlayStation players were freaking out because one of the highest played, like one of the biggest, one of the highest franchises in general, is Call of Duty, and Activision. And Call of Duty is an Activision game.
Yeah.
So, a lot of Sony players have been freaking out saying like, oh, well, if it becomes a Xbox exclusive, that means I have to go get an Xbox now, because that, like they have a very dedicated fan base. So like, that they announced that Call of Duty, then at least the next couple of games are going to still be cross-platform. So I don't see Activision changing very much when it comes to that, because that's just limiting their resource or their money.
That would be suicide, getting rid of cross-platform if it's already cross-platform.
But the thing is that it's still, it would still be PC and Xbox. What they're doing is just getting rid of just PlayStation players.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, I don't care. I'm PC, so bye-bye. No, I'm joking. Don't write me angry letters.
Yeah, her and her PC master race, whatever.
Okay, before you guys start a fight, let's move on. Okay. Filming of Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special has wrapped, and production continues for a few more weeks on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So we're getting some details on both projects, and this is kind of exciting.
Holiday Special.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah, no, they filmed the Holiday Special at the same time as Guardians 3.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Why?
What do you mean why? It's gonna be great.
Holiday Special. Yeah, Star Wars did a great job with that.
You know what? Their new ones have been pretty damn good.
Right?
The ones that they've been doing have been pretty good.
And just because it says Holiday Special, the Star Wars Holiday Special wasn't done by James Gunn, right? Exactly. It wasn't done for ABC in a cash grab, right? So I have all the faith in James Gunn. He can do anything he wants right now.
100%. I'm also with that.
he can get back on Twitter. I don't care. Let him do whatever he wants to do.
With
Exactly.
Elon Musk at the helm, he might.
Right? Let him do it. Let him do it.
I mean, there has been screenshots of them filming and some interesting characters
And
spotted.
so those interesting characters, like the things that we're spotting on that, are pointing to a specific character that in the comics is the creator of all of those characters. And the fact that we're getting all these small kind of like humanoid characters, and I mean the other thing too, what a lot of people aren't realizing, is that those characters also have a lot of ties to Rocket Raccoon,
Mhm.
which also have ties to this specific villain. So I mean, like, I would be excited if we do end up seeing him in this. I mean, should I spill the tea on this?
Let's. You want to spill?
Yeah,
So,
spill it all you want.
so the rumor is that the villain for Guardians 3 is the High Evolutionary.
Mm-hmm.
And the High Evolutionary is essentially like he plays God with different races, and like he'll take like he's the one that's responsible for Rocket. He's the one that, like, when you hear about all these stories about how Rocket got it taken apart a million times and put back together and all that, the High Evolutionary is the one that did all that.
Mm-hmm.
And like the characters that you see in this in these screenshots, or in these pictures of these characters that they had, are they're very much like they reminiscent of the characters that the High Evolutionary like messes with. So
They all look like hairless, like hybrid animals.
Right. So like the rumor is that the villain is going to be the High Evolutionary.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do want to bring up something, the fact that some have speculated that the logo changes color every once in a while.
Mhm.
And the new logo that they've revealed is gray, like Rocket.
Mhm.
And every time that color changes, it tends to be hint towards a character that's going to die.
Mm.
So we may be saying goodbye to Rocket. And it's not really a surprise, since the voice of Rocket is saying, I'm kind of done.
Yeah. I mean, that
I
could
could see
be that could be a thing too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could get a send off for Rocket, and I mean, as long as they do it in a way that befits the character,
Mm-hmm. Where, like we got Quill, he ain't your daddy son, but so I mean, I'm hoping that if they do kill Rocket, that he gets a really good death,
right?
proper set off, or he just goes off and is like, sayonara, guys, I'm going to go settle on Earth or something. I don't know.
No, because then he would actually have to be around other trash pandas, and he would hate that.
Yeah. He'd have his own baseball team, like in Alabama or something.
He would have his own baseball team.
Well, the fact that he asks in the movie, what's a raccoon? And he says, you're a raccoon. I kind of want Rocket to meet another raccoon.
Yeah.
He would hate that so much.
That's so
like,
funny.
Rocket would hate seeing other raccoons. We got a million of you back home on back on my planet, or back home on my planet. There ain't nothing like me.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, he is a raccoon. So Darren's asking in the chat, is Rocket a raccoon, or just an alien species that looks like a raccoon? No, he's a raccoon. So he the High Evolutionary, what he does is he goes to planets and gets unevolved species and then evolves them. Hence High Evolutionary, right? I mean, that's what he does, is he experiments on them to evolve them to another state. And that's like Rocket is like the result of one of his experiments. There's a whole comic book about like of like all these different animals that are like experimented on and stuff like that. Like, it's funny, an Easter egg that a lot of people don't realize, when Thor calls him Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
In the comic, his girlfriend is a rabbit.
Yeah, that's funny.
I never made that connection till now.
Mm-hmm.
Did you also see the new Guardians uniforms?
Oh yeah, that looks so cool.
They look good.
Yeah.
They look good. All you saw was Chris Pratt and Karen Gillan,
Yeah.
but I dug them. They're like, oh, they're like in uniforms for once. Okay,
Right.
great. I dug it. So
That or they're just wearing like a space thing. Oh,
yeah.
Darren. Oh damn, Mickey, you're a true nerd. I got it. Yeah, I'm that kind of nerd, man.
If you really doubted it up until now,
Because I'm bringing up like just obscure comic stuff. So it's like, wow, he knows about Rocket like that. Like, yeah. Fun fact: Rocket, the Boston accent was a choice for the movie. He has it's clearly stated in the comics that he has a Cockney accent. So
give us what Rocket would sound like.
yes,
You don't have to do his line for line, but just talk like Rocket.
gotta think
Look,
of.
I'm not.
I just have to think of something. No, he would not. Because, oi, what the fuck are you doing, huh?
All right.
What do you making? I'm making a fucking gun. Is what I'm doing, huh?
Give us some actors that have good Cockney accents.
Actually,
Or movies that highlight.
well, Kingsman. So, Eggsy.
Oh, okay, perfect.
That's a good Cockney accent,
Got it.
right? What are you doing, huh? You nicked my car. Yeah, that's Cockney. Versus, where everybody immediately thinks of Cockney. Hello, governor. That's not. That's why people hate that
I
accent.
was joking.
Hello.
But I'm saying I had to bring that up because that's
Yeah.
why everybody hates Dick Van Dyke's accent.
Well,
I was-
yeah.
I
American,
was doing the Christian Bale. Okay.
like except Americans, right? Like because Americans are like, oh yeah, no, it's a British accent. It's not. It's very made up, Versus again, I'm forgetting his name, but the guy who plays Eggsy, that's a Cockney accent. The accent that he has right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you mean these things is right in my face, huh?
It's a regional thing.
It's a Londoner accent, so I mean, it's
Not a Londoner.
no
Not a Londoner.
from London. Cockney is a it's not Londoner. Londoner is a specific accent, but I mean, it is a London accent though.
Mm-hmm. It's from a very specific location. In fact, some people would be surprised that there are people actually in England that still sound like pirates. And it's a very regional thing. It's incredibly interesting. The very small locations where the accents change in England. I have a grandmother that has a British accent. So.
Oh no, you know who else? What's his name from? Okay, hold on. I have to bring up
Greg, give us a Londoner accent right now. Go.
Yeah, I don't got that.
That's perfect. That's
accents, man.
perfect.
I don't
That's
do
good.
accents.
That's good. Greg, you were mentioning
the
you
name of
had
the
some.
show now. Disney Plus soccer. What was the name of it?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, not Disney Plus. Sorry. Apple TV Plus.
Ted.
Ted Lasso. Okay. So the old school soccer player, the older dude.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I got it.
That's a Cockney accent. And then also the young kid is also like another version of a Cockney accent.
Didn't Christian Bale do one in the Gangs of New York?
Jamie Tart.
Really horrible.
Jamie Tart.
That's a Cockney accent. Yeah.
It was really bad.
No, I'm saying Jamie Tart's accent
yeah.
is a Cockney, is like a true Cockney accent.
Yeah.
Greg, if you're having issues, you can jump off anytime, brother. Thanks for jumping on, telling us about TMNT. I think his mic.
I'm not able to because my mouse for some reason isn't working. So,
oh no,
you got all kinds of problems. Ready for this?
100%. We love you, man.
The magic.
Hey, thanks for that story too. Because now I'm like even more excited to go to Denver.
I know. You need another honeymoon this year, so you might as well.
Not happening this year. That's not.
Come
happening.
on.
It's not happening this year.
Come on. Do
Oh.
it.
Kyber Cave is in the house. Marissa Dunlap, thank you for joining us.
Oh, Melissa Dunlap, what's up? The
Marissa.
director, producer on Kyber Cave. Hell yes.
What's up, Marissa? So let's finish this. Guardians of the Galaxy. Do we get the High Evolutionary as the big bad in this movie? Tacos on the table?
I think we do. I think we're gonna get the High Evolutionary, and I'm excited for that because the High Evolutionary is a dope ass character.
Phoenix, what do you think?
I think we're gonna get the High Evolutionary. All signs are pointing there. Which then we might see Rocket's little brothers and sisters, and
or these rabbits. You might see his rabbit girlfriend.
Yeah. He might get a love interest.
Right.
Yeah. That's 100% true. It could happen.
That may be why he leaves. He's like, I'm gonna go be with my people, so to speak, and just be like, gotta go chase that rabbit tail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think so. I think so.
I don't want to see him die.
Tail.
The only thing I want to see is the Rocket's origin story somehow, and it's gonna break my heart. But
Oh, it's gonna be messed up, especially with the stuff that Gunn has been doing lately. Like, it's gonna be such a messed up, twisted story.
Yeah,
because the High Evolutionary is a twisted character. So,
okay, you ready to move on?
Ready to move on.
Darren, is this a true or false question? No, it's not a true or false question. It's a, do you put your tacos on the table or not for this story?
Our tacos on the table are basically, is the rumor true or is it fake?
So, Darren, let us know if your tacos are on the table, if we're getting the High Evolutionary as the big bad for Guardians 3. You ready to move on, guys?
Absolutely ready to move on. Now, I still don't have a
the High Evolutionary becoming a big bad. Do you think he could be a return big bad, or do you like he gets away, or do you think they get him?
I don't think he'll be a return character. He is more on the level of, I mean, he's small. He's not even as big of a character as Ego the Living Planet, but I mean, like, he's definitely a one-shot character.
I'm glad this is mainly an audio podcast and not all video, because like I was just being dumb. Like I felt like one of those like little kids that are always looking for the straw. I was all and I couldn't find it, and I forgot to put it up. So
if you want to see him struggle, you just watch our visual episode.
Yeah. We'll take it down.
Yeah, watch it on YouTube. You're not taking it down because
the music will take it down. The music will take it down.
Not happening. All right, guys, we got another segment here. Segment that I know some guys have been waiting for, or some people have been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the breakdown, because I don't have a sound cue for that. So
break it down. There you go. Episode 5, the penultimate episode of Moon Knight, certainly borrows a lot from fellow Disney Plus Marvel shows like WandaVision. Oh my God, this is heart-wrenching like WandaVision. So our protagonist is forced to confront their past and the secrets to their fractured mental state through mystical means. Get ready for an emotional roller coaster ride. Again, we're going to spoil episode 5. Episode 6 actually comes out in a few hours.
Right.
So if you haven't seen it, Darren, put us on mute. We should have a thing like on the screen, like Darren mute. And then,
normally we've already seen the episode. This is actually kind of nice.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, normally we would have seen the next episode, but since we're recording on a Tuesday, we kind of
there we go.
Solve that little problem.
Popping that on there so that way you guys know for the next little bit of time here, we're going to be talking spoilers.
Yep. Cam, are you staying up to midnight to watch this? Are we going to have a midnight watch party? Or maybe it's a 1 a.m. watch party for you?
I'm debating because I have to teach, and then I'm going to be hanging out with Kyber Cave the next day.
Yeah, I've got work in the morning, but I'm probably going to stay up and watch this. So I'm just too excited.
Or you guys just suck it up and carpe Moon Knight and just make it happen. All right.
All right. So
No more of
Darren's
this
going to
whining.
take off for the next 10 minutes here.
No more of this adulting going on. Just
So jumping into this, before I get into, because I left everybody on a cliffhanger last week, talking about the thing that I was really excited about. Before I jump into that, initial thoughts, guys. James, did you like it? Did you dislike it? What'd you think?
this. So I was saying episode 4 was my favorite episode. Episode 5,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't necessarily my favorite episode, but it was the most impactful episode
Mm-hmm.
so far. You know, you've been on an adventure the whole time. Now we're like getting a lot of the exposition, and it is just gut wrenching from like start to finish.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's so rough. I did not see some of the twists and turns happening, but it was a great episode. Great episode.
When you open, you're like, what is going on? You're already going from last episode. You're going, what's going on? I don't get it anymore. But it opens up the same confusing scene. You're like, what?
Right.
Yeah, I love this episode, but it was so hard to watch like everything that was happening
Mm-hmm.
to our characters. Oh, so sad. But let's talk about Easter eggs,
Mm-hmm.
because we can also get into all the emotional stuff. And sorry, young Phil, what did you think of the episode?
Oh, I thought it was amazing. I thought the overall acting was crazy. Again, the memes all week have been that Oscar Isaac, he needs he needs to be nominated for both supporting and actor, because the acting with himself was flawless. Like, you believe that they're separate characters, you know, like you don't believe, like it's almost hard to believe that he's the same person acting with himself, you know.
Yeah.
Like it was such a great episode. The thing that I want to talk about is actually 3 Easter eggs down, so let's go ahead and knock these first 2. And then
Phoenix, while we're talking about Oscar Isaac, Phoenix, weren't you saying like his body double?
Yeah, supposedly his body doubles his brother.
That's awesome.
That would make sense.
And it's like Steven and Mark are like estranged brothers.
Right.
So that's even better. So that's cool. That's cool.
Oh God, it gets so like you said it best. It gets heart-wrenching, right? You know, as you get in, because you start seeing the trauma that creates Steven, and it's so like it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I watched this episode. I didn't notice a ton of Easter eggs, but as I went back and like read like all the different Easter eggs, there's a ton of Easter eggs in this. Like normally we cover a lot of Easter eggs. So like I think Haro called it the Putnam Medical Facility, which is like a nod to the Putnam Psychiatric Hospital, which was from the comic books.
Right.
So there's a lot of thought that goes into this whole storyline that Disney Plus is doing. Kudos to whoever's writing this story, because they're putting in so many like ties together.
Right.
Like this next one where it's calling back to itself. Like episode 1, Steven is in the gift shop with Donna, and they're talking, and she's like, hand me that box of hippos.
Right.
And he's like, that's not hippos, that's Towerette, you know? And it's like, oh, that's a little foreshadowing to like, oh, we're gonna get a whole episode with Towerette in it, you know? So all those little things that are happening throughout the show is crazy, you know?
I did notice the overall structure is very much like Loki. Like Loki framed their episodes. And the, you know, the rise, the fall sort of thing, the come together. I'm hoping that we see another come back together episode like Loki had.
I totally agree. Totally agree. You know, I was even reading that even I didn't put it in my notes, so I'm just gonna mention it. Even the office that they're in, the Dr. Haro's office, like the way it's set up, right, is like a replica of the room that Arthur Harrow is in when the show opens in episode 1.
Right.
So it's like the same setup, the same desk and everything. I'm like, or the same like situation, the same things that are in the room in the same setup. I'm like, dude, what? You don't even need to do that, but you do it, and I love it even that much more.
Yeah, it's one of those small things that most people are not going to notice.
Yeah.
Especially because like the decor is a little bit different, the color is completely
Yeah,
different.
everything's been painted white.
Right, and that's the whole thing is like when you look at the set piece, it's like it's the same set. It's just been redecorated, and it's great.
I thought that was super interesting.
Right.
I think you wanted to get to what Tauret was saying, right?
Yeah. So there's a whole section when he's talking to Tauret, and she mentions the afterlife, right? And this is something that I thought was a genius move, right? Because the whole thing is you kind of start to wonder like what is the afterlife that these universes have. And I love the concept of, because it's a very complicated concept to understand, but if you understand it, it makes a lot of sense. And I love that it's, she starts talking about your afterlife is based on your belief. Right. So it's not if you die, then you have one set afterlife. Right. And that just kind of throws out of whack what common religion teaches you, that there is one afterlife. Right. It is, the afterlife is based on your belief. And like she makes he makes a comment about the afterlife and about being there, and she makes a small throwaway line, but it's also like it says a lot, because she says, "Oh, you should check out the ancestral plane. It is crazy." Right. And it's establishing that like they're aware of other afterlives, and they know that it's based on different faiths. And I
So
thought
beautiful, yeah.
genius thing.
She
Yeah,
said
I
it's
got
so
that.
beautiful, which it kind of I would totally agree when we see it in the movie.
Yeah.
Where the afterlife and he's saying goodbye to his father and whatnot. It's purple, like a certain stone. So there's a lot of ties here.
Right. And I mean, we're going into the city of death, right? I mean, we're the city of the dead, right? Which is again, if they're basing the next Black Panther movie on the comics that I think it's going after, we're gonna see the city of the dead again, because the whole thing is supposed to be a distraction to infiltrate the city of the dead, which is the ancestral plane. It's there's so much kind of like cool small references, especially for being a show that is not supposed to tie into the greater MCU. It does,
Cam Smith also mentions there's also a mention of hell, like in Loki mentioned hell.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is sort
actually
of
a good point.
interesting.
Good point. I was thinking, this is probably the most connective tissue to the MCU that there's been, like mentioning of the afterlife, because Cam's right, talking about hell, like in Loki. Didn't they go to hell in one of the Thor movies? Can't remember.
No,
No.
hell's there.
They talk about Hel, who is the goddess of the afterlife.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like
Who
there is
runs hell? Yeah.
right, like there is a lot of kind of like common threads that tie back to the other phases of the MCU. Where it's like we've already established certain things, and it's like now we're expanding on these things. And again, it's very genius, because they're not just not paying attention to what was there before. They're expanding on things we already understand, and it's the world building is just phenomenal. Then this is I'm sorry, this is a testament to Kevin Feige's genius.
I do love the tie-in too, because hell in Christian is a punishment, but in Norse mythology it's not. It's actually a reward. So when Loki says, "Am I in hell?" he thinks he's in heaven. He thinks he's dead, and he's been rewarded for everything he's done. And he's sort of like, "Am I done now?" But then it's also mentioned in this episode. Hell's mentioned in this episode too, isn't it? It's been a little while since I've watched it.
But it's mentioned, but not in the sense of like the Norse mythology or anything like that. It's more so he's saying, "Are we in hell?" And it's basically he's talking his understanding of the afterlife, whereas she explains that the afterlife is not what you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting. Okay, so for me that's interesting because it's revealed that they're Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I guess since he's not necessarily Jewish, I guess he thinks he's British and he wasn't raised Jewish. I don't know. That not carrying over kind of like ruined it for me.
I think that's what I think it's more so Mark's afterlife, because of the beliefs that he has come to know, is why he ends up in the Egyptian afterlife. And that's also why to where it is, she's almost shocked that somebody shows up for her, because she's like, nobody's believed in our in the Egyptian belief in you know in this belief in a long time. So she's just like, I don't know what to do. What do I do? You know, and she's just kind of, you know,
it's not-
excited that somebody showed up. Whereas Stephen is probably more along the lines of the Judeo belief of hell and everything like that.
Well, Mark grew up Jewish,
Right.
but Stephen, the fictional character, even though he may be borderline more than just a fictional character, you know, he believed more of the Egyptian like religion, or at least he was more well versed in it. So maybe that's why it was connected. Because you remember, it was Stephen that got shot.
Yeah.
Not Mark.
He believed in the Coptic, like that entire Coptic belief.
So there's a lot of holes. You realize there's a lot of holes in what they know and how they know it,
Right?
Kind of thing.
And this show does a good job, even talking about the various gods that we've met. They explain that. They explain how, like, we can have gods that are from Asgard and gods that are from Egypt and gods that are, you know, probably from Greek mythology, just living in pocket dimensions. You know, it's like, oh yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Which is
like you mentioned last week, like this might be a way to connect, you know, Gore the God Killer with the rest of the greater storyline. You know, like because last week you were saying, like, what if this is a way to bring in Gore the God Killer and he starts killing all the different gods? You know, it's not just the like in the comics, it's not just the Norse gods that he's going after, but he's just, you know, I'm also going to kill the Egyptian gods. I'm also going to, especially because in the trailer we see Zeus, you know, I'm also going to kill the Greek gods, you know, like it's the only other show that I know of that dives into this whole belief of your afterlife and your deities are based on your belief is American Gods, which if you guys haven't watched that, you need to go and watch it.
Yeah, that's a good show too. I think Amazon, right?
No, that was Showtime. Oh, Stars. Sorry, Stars.
Oh, okay, you're right.
But with all this afterlife stuff and the fact that, you know, one is a supposedly Jewish and one is supposedly not, and there's a lot of like memory stuff, there is someone missing in all of this, right?
As far there's somebody missing as far as those of us who know Mark Spector as a character. Because like for the most part, you know, for those that are just watching the show and don't know, you know, like all the different personalities that Mark has, you know, they're oblivious. They don't know what's going on. But those of us who see the Easter eggs and know the comic books, like, you know, we know Jake Lockley is somewhere out there.
And I honestly think that he's played a part the whole time.
Oh yeah, no, there's a couple of times where he's blacked out and both of them didn't know what happened, and I'm pretty sure that's Jake taking over.
Yeah, that's a little Easter egg in itself, is that there may be a third personality that you're talking about, Jake Lockley. Everybody has been saying, like, anytime there's even an possibility that Jake Lockley could be there's always like a yellow cab like in the scene or something like that.
Right.
And I guess he was a cab driver in the comics.
Yeah, and I've picked up on that. Like every time I see him involved with a yellow cab, I keep thinking like, "Oh, are we gonna get Jake Lockley right now?" Oh, okay, not. But like,
someone also
with that.
Someone also mentioned the drinking. The drinking is possibly Jake.
Yeah, because Jake is a hardcore alcoholic.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Ah, okay, got it.
because you see in the first scene when we see him go to Egypt and he throws open the curtains, he's drinking and sitting against the bed.
Mm-hmm.
That's possibly Jake, not Mark or Steven. That's Jake taking over, doing what he has to go do.
Right, but the thing is that we're led to believe that it's Mark waking up right there. So I mean, again, as far as we know, it is Mark. But I see where your thread is right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That he's waking up with a bottle in his hand, and that was Jake that led them there. But the thing is also, you know, because it was Grant, it was Steven letting go, and them ending up in Egypt. So I mean, what I wonder is how much does Jake know if Jake is involved? Like, does he know that they need to make it to Egypt, or was that Mark that got them to Egypt and then he wakes up as Jake in Egypt?
Well, I mean, Mark is aware of Steven's life, right? Because he's maintaining it. He feels bad about the fish and he replaces the fish when the fish dies because he's been gone for so long. And like he's maintaining and asking a girl out, which to kind of help his alter ego out. So I'm wondering, is Jake aware of Mark and Steven and trying to maintain?
I wonder if Jake's the one that asked her out.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Mark is married, right, and he cares about Layla.
He does.
So it had to be Jake or something. Like, and she was even saying like, "What happened to you were all like suave and cool, and now you're not." You know, like it wasn't Mark, and it wasn't
good
Steven,
catch.
You know,
because Mark's not really suave. He's more in your face. You know, Jake Lockley is kind of more of a suave dude. Like I think they've been planting Easter eggs the entire series that Jake's been there the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And why would Mark want to date somebody because his wife is like miles away, like 10 miles away or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
He's still getting over. Well, I guess they're getting a divorce, is what she mentions. But she's like, right at the moment, I'm still your wife.
Yeah.
So, but I would think like if the divorce is new, he's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to go ask this girl out and, you know, get in the sack with the first person I can find. You're right. It's got to be Jake. Jake is you know, being smooth or something.
Here's a tacos on the table. Do you think we're gonna get Jake in the last episode as like they're gonna say it's Jake or a third personality, or do you think it's just Easter eggs for us?
I think Jake had something to do with the balances. The scale's not balancing.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, that's good.
And that's also something that I was thinking of, because like yes, you're getting more of a kind of sync between Steven and Mark, but the thing is that Jake is still throwing everything off balance, and I have a feeling that neither of them are aware of Jake.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, no.
But Jake might be aware of them.
Right. I think that we're either going to get a reveal in this last episode, and it's going to be like, oh, it's been happening the entire time, and like one of those reveals.
Yeah.
Or they're going to do like a tease and do like a possible, like, we'll see Moon Knight again, and whatever iteration that we get of Moon Knight next, we'll see more of Jake Lockley.
Yeah.
Because as Cam was saying in the chat, they're waiting for the end of the Emmys, so that they can put it in the limited series section and get it, like, you know, down as a limited series, and then they'll announce whether they're doing season 2 or not. Which, I mean, at this point, they have to green light season 2 if they're waiting on, like, you know, fan reactions, because fans love the show. So
I thought it would be kind of cool if they before I saw episode 5, if they announced Jake, but then they go back and show you all the scenes that he was in from Jake's perspective. You know, him doing all the dirty work. Like, that would be really cool to see all of it from his point of view, doing all these things, maybe asking out that girl and whatnot.
Yeah, and that's what I think is going to happen. You know, that's kind of what I was just mentioning a second ago, is that you're going to get this reveal, and you're going to see that Jake's been there the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was that sarcophagus hopping up and down, and they never opened it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And I thought that was going to be Jake. Like, every time I saw that, or when he walks by the door and he sees himself outside of his mother's house, you know, when his mom died, I thought that was Jake, because he was standing next to a yellow cab. So I thought that was Jake.
He's drinking.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff. I think they deliberately are putting that in for those of us who know Jake Lockley, right?
Mhm.
Like it's like, okay, it's one of those. Oh, is this when it happens? Is this when it happens? Oh, it's not when it happens. Okay, and like we're getting to episode 6, and we still haven't gotten a Jake Lockley reveal. So it's kind of like
Mhm.
like I feel like with the amount of time they have, there's 3 storylines that they need to tie up, right? It's him dealing with himself, the Jake Lockley stuff that likely might be there, and then the entire storyline with Haro.
I think Jake's still on the boat, honestly, because we're still on the boat,
Mhm.
right? So I think Jake is still on the boat. We're gonna find Jake.
Oh yeah, like maybe Mark is off the boat in like heaven, and maybe
Mhm.
it's Jake's time to take over.
Right.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh.
And then in the trailer, when we see that fight scene between Haro and Moon Knight, maybe that's Jake in the Moon Knight, like as Moon Knight.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. We'd have to go back and get the statue or something. I was thinking. This is my last thing on Jake, but I was thinking. You know how they were talking about? They mentioned Bushman, like I guess one of the big bads from the Moon Knight, universe or comic books, right?
Mhm.
I was thinking, what if they switch it up, and instead of having Bushman as another character, like what if Bushman is Lockley? Like maybe he killed all those guys. Maybe he
Oh,
killed Layla's dad as Bushman or as Lockley
right.
or something like that.
Because he says I didn't do it, and he's saying, "Oh, those other men did it," but who did it then? Because I like in the scene, you're sort of like, no one's standing there. You're the only one standing there over all those bodies. So
Yeah.
you've got to be lying to us
Yeah.
or something else. Oh,
Yeah. No worries. So let's finish this thought here.
So I'm super excited for Moon Knight episode 6. I'm gonna stay up tonight and watch. I'm just
Oh,
letting you guys know.
and speaking of the boat, also, I guess the boat is in another episode.
Yeah, I think it's episode 1. Oh, in the aquarium.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh! Did you notice that in the memory, his brother Randall was drawing the fish, Gus the fish,
Yeah.
with one little Finding Nemo fin. Oh,
Yeah.
so sad, so sad. Oh, that got me. Such a good episode, though. Such a good episode. I can't wait.
So predictions. What do you guys think is going to happen on this next episode? You guys have been hearing me do my predictions the entire time we've been talking on this.
Mhm.
Right? So like I said, I think we either get a Jake Lockley reveal. I think that I think that we're going to get a conclusion. I think Khonshu is going to come back. He's going to free Khonshu because obviously he has the suit again in the trailer. So I think he's going to free Khonshu. He's going to get the suit back. He's going to do this final fight with Haro and stop Amit. But I think there's going to be a underlying Jake Lockley story that ends up coming in play. So
Mhm. Phoenix, any thoughts?
I think they're gonna all get reunited this episode. I honestly do, because if they've been going sort of the Loki route, where they did the I'm all alone. Oh wait, there's more of me. Oh wait,
Bit
there's
of
something.
redemption.
Yeah, I'm gonna be redeemed now through these other me's. We haven't seen Jake, but then they get separated, which is Loki and Sylvie got separated in episode 5. They come back together and everybody gangs up and goes through episode 6. So I think it's just going to be a whole lot of I think it's going to be that same thing where we're going to see uh we're going to see Mark, and hopefully we see Steven again, and possibly Jake come together, and then the old bird join again and sort of help out. But I think it's going to be it's not going to end the way we think. I think there's going to be a lot of more questions than answers in 45 minutes. I mean,
and that's how I
sure.
feel. I feel like 45 minutes isn't enough time to wrap the entire story with everything that's still happening. That's where I have a feeling that that we're gonna get a reveal for a season 2, or that they're gonna say something that is gonna be like, we're gonna continue this story in such and such and such and such, like in this this next story, or you'll see Moon Knight in Daredevil, and they announced Daredevil like they did Book of Boba. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's going to be, because they did say that there's going to be a post-credit scene in this. I feel like they're going to do some type of like Book of Boba style reveal, which still keeps it in the limited series category, because then it can be another show that they're bringing
Makes
in.
sense.
Like maybe they announce Midnight Suns. You know what I mean? Because they've already announced a lot of the characters that are involved with Midnight Suns. Maybe they say, "Oh, you'll see Moon Knight again in Midnight Suns," and then we get excited for Midnight Suns.
Sure. My only contribution to this is I'm having a great time watching this show, and I'm super happy being in the dark and not knowing what's happening. So I am along for the ride, and that's how we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah. So that's it for the Moon Knight episode 5 review here. Guys, we have a special guest that we're going to bring on. I'm super excited too. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Time for Tacos special interview with our very, very special guest, Mike Millerick from Stockton Con. I'm on the wrong button. There we go.
Yes. Con.
So, I mean, where are my tacos?
Oh, the tacos are on the way. You're in the
okay, I'll get them.
They're in the mail. They're in the mail.
Yeah. They last a long time. They're very good tacos.
Yeah.
They're still crispy. It's a patent that we have on our tacos.
Right.
Just don't eat the packing tape. Just
please
it gets weird. It gets weird.
Yeah, no. It's you won't like the preservatives that are on there. But the preservatives are just for the wrapping of the taco. They're not
no problem. I figured they were coming from like a week or two ago. So
yeah. Well, here's the crazy thing is when we send the tacos out and you get them, even though they're a week later, it's still crispy and fresh.
They're warm too.
Awesome.
We can't really. It's a patent. We can't really explain it. Sorry, it's a secret.
By the way, when I was backstage, I had to like kind of keep muting you guys because full disclosure, I have not watched any of Moon Knight yet, so I'm like way behind. So
you're one of the bingers. You want to see the whole thing at once.
Oh yeah, no, that's kind of my preferred way to do things. Although there are certain shows that are not good for that. Like Sons of Anarchy was a terrible show to binge, like in a hurry, just because there's so much going on. And such a, and it's like every week. I don't know if you guys saw Sons of Anarchy. But
fun fact: I had an actor from Sons of Anarchy on the show yesterday.
Oh, nice. Who's that?
Filthy Phil, the guy who played Filthy Phil.
Oh, nice.
Chris Reed. He was on the show yesterday.
Oh, very nice. Chris is awesome. Yeah.
Oh, he's an awesome guy. I love him.
Oh yeah.
Super fun.
We hung out with him in the Capitola. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Yeah. So, but yeah, there was so much. I mean, if you got, those of you out there that have not done it, pace it out if you haven't seen Sons of Anarchy and are going to.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a great show. It really is. My fiance, she's watched it 3 times. Famously, the story that she tells is she watched the show finale at her friend's house and was like, "Oh, I need to go back and watch this now," and ended up watching the entire show.
Oh, wow.
And has since watched it 3 times.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Sons love. There you go.
It is.
And I love Sons of Anarchy.
It was on while I was in college and I couldn't afford a TV, so I never got to watch it. I'll probably pick it up now.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So Mike,
oh,
you're
yeah.
here with us, and thank you for joining us. But you're kind of a local hero in our book. I mean, you got 2 cons that do so well in our little Sacramento, Central California area. We love it. It's amazing. Let's learn a little bit
I think
about
hero
that.
is a little bit of an overstatement, but I appreciate that. I mean, we really tried to do something, for the community and for the fans around the area that have that fandom, and try to bring something out. And I mean, this is actually our 10th year. We started in 2012, so we've been doing it for a while now.
10th year for Stockton Con or for
Stockton Con. This is the 7th Lodi Comic Con, and of course, with with 2020, we didn't have any shows other than the winter show. But so this will technically be the 10th Stockton Con this August 13th, 14th.
Yeah, because I I met you before once, and this was back in 2019 for the Winter Stockton Con. I was there with Hardly Heroes.
Okay.
And I had met you when we were with that organization, and since we have our own show now, but yeah. So I mean, it's awesome. Just again, that was my first experience with Stockton Con, and I was blown away because it was like, this is a much bigger con than I was expecting, and it was put on really well.
Well,
And
thank you very much.
And the guests that come
yeah.
out to, like, the celebs that come out to the shows are amazing. But I'm getting too deep. Let's pull back. Let's pull back. We have a segment on our show called Growing Up Geeky, where we like to like give a little bit of introduction of like what made us, you know, in our little nerd fandoms, how we got here. So what did you nerd out on when you were growing up as a kid?
Let me ask you one question first, because I'm kind of seeing myself here in the video. And do I kind of appear to be like a ghost figure? Is that
You clip a
you
little
see- can I
bit
see me okay?
against you clip a little bit in your background, but you're good.
Yeah, that's all right. I kind of like blending into it anyway. That's fine.
That works fine. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that your shirt doesn't say Lodi Con on it right now. So
no,
it's
it's
like,
if you
actually in
lean
honor
forward
of,
a little bit more, it'll
in
work
honor.
out.
It's a Star Wars tie in honor of May the 4th tomorrow.
There you
Oh,
go.
happy 4th.
wait a minute,
Happy
I
May
got
the
something
4th.
for this.
Hello there.
Okay, there we go.
Nice. So my geekdom started way back when, and I'm very old, but back when the 10-cent, I think at the time there were 12-cent Fantastic Four comics. And Fantastic Four was my, like, kind of when I was a kid, very young. There wasn't a comic shop where I grew up, but the grocery store would have one of the spinner racks.
Yeah.
And but the Fantastic Four always drew me to it. I mean, obviously, huge Jack Kirby fan, and you know, I mean, I didn't know it at the time,
right?
You know, I just loved Fantastic Four. It didn't matter who drew it, but then you know, I kind of grew into an appreciation of it. But as far as that was the first foray into it, and then of course, you know, on the Saturday morning cartoons like the Super Friends, and I loved Batman, the Batman TV show with Adam West, and a little fun fact, he was actually one of my. It never worked out. He was the one guest that I always wanted to bring to Stockton Con. We could never get it to happen, but you know, obviously, unfortunately, he's passed away. But we were real close one year, and it didn't work out. But I you know, that's one thing I really wish we could have done. But because I mean, I loved that. I mean, to me, it's funny because we look back on it now. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it at some point, right? Like,
I grew up on the Adam West show. Like, I mean, and it was in syndication when I watched it. But like, when I watched it, like, Batman was my foray into being a nerd, and the 66 Batman and the 89 Batman were like the two things that were like my big thing.
Yeah, they're kind of like nice Batman bookends in a way for that part of the century. But like when for me it was a syndication as well. You know, I was a few years past it, but like, yeah, I mean, I just loved that show. It was by far my favorite show, and I didn't even catch on that Cesar Romero had a mustache under the Joker paint.
Yeah.
That's how into it I was.
You don't see that in 480p, you know, like
you don't know.
Old school, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you're looking at, I think you know, now we're in 4K. I think then it was like 26, right? Like 26, period.
There you go. There you go. Look, Young still has
Legos out.
Has the Lego of it.
Lego?
I have the 80. This is the 66 Batmobile.
Oh, that's awesome.
And actually, what's funny, because as soon as you mentioned it, I had to pull this out. So the Cesar Romero minifig, and I actually pulled this up.
Yeah.
If you look at his face, he actually has the mustache.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
No,
that is awesome.
Yeah, so the Cesar Romero minifig, because they were doing the full homage on it, he has the mustache, and I always thought that was great because I was like, oh my God, like that is the most authentic Joker.
Yeah,
because you have Cesar Romero and his mustache.
That's awesome.
Great. I didn't even notice that when I was there when I was looking at it.
And then I have the Adam West right here.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I love that. That's great.
So where did you grow up? Were you in the?
I grew up here in the Lodi area. Yeah, I was a little bit out in the country, and so you know, and going back to the Fantastic Four a little bit, and this is something that, you know, I'm sure a lot of parents and nowadays are using as a tool. But like I kind of learned to read with comic books.
Yeah.
You know, like when I was reading the Fantastic Four and I was reading Spider-Man and Superman and some of those comic books, you know, it helped me. It was before I was, you know, before I was in school. I was looking at the pictures, of course, but then I was kind of, you know, as you learn as you're a child. I mean, you just kind of you pick things up, and it, you know, I would never you know, done as well as I did in school without comic books, and I think that's a really big thing. And this, I mean, this all kind of ties together because, you know, Saturday is Free Comic Book Day.
Right.
Yes.
And we're partnering with a lot of the comic shops in the area. If you go to our ticket page on our website, all the places that are selling tickets have free tickets to give away on Free Comic Book Day.
Oh, nice.
So I think that's a really cool thing. But like we partnered with the Launchpad here in town. They actually donated some of their Free Comic Book Day comics to us to give out at Lodi Comic Con on Sunday.
Oh, that's so awesome.
That's great.
So when
That's
we support them, and we, you know, we love all the local comic shops, and one of my favorite things is when we're promoting the shows and, you know, getting flyers out into the countryside all over the place, is going in and seeing everybody, you know, seeing the owners and the folks that worked in the comic shops and the Magic, the card, the Gathering card shops, baseball card shop, any you know, any pop culture toy shops, Funko shops. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's funny. I earlier today at work, somebody was like telling me about how they wanted to get into nerding stuff, and he goes, yeah, no, I just learned about Magic the Gathering, and I was like, yeah, man, Gathering's been around for a while. He goes, wait, no, Magic's only been around for like a couple years, right? I was like, dude, Magic the Gathering had like the biggest following in the 80s, man.
Oh yeah, crazy. I mean, I've never been a Magic the Gathering fan, but I just because I never really got into it.
Mhm.
But I have a lot of friends that just, I mean, love it so much, and we, you know, I've tried. It's one of those things where like I have so many other interests and stuff, and it's like if I get into it, I'm just going to go all into it, and that's kind of what I do. So I just don't want to. I don't want to get into it just because of that. Like, I mean, I'll go full steam into it, and the next thing you know, you'll be having me on the show, and I'll be just talking about my Magic cards.
Yeah.
I always felt like it was just like too much money. You know, you get to buy this pack and that pack and that pack, and then you're like, oh, come on.
But I mean, like the modern equivalent, like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, like those are the modern equivalents to Magic. The gameplay is almost the same. So I mean,
right.
As a kid, you're not thinking about money. You're just buying it, and we're trying to get your parents to buy it.
As an adult, I collect Funko Pops, so I really shouldn't talk.
Exactly. Let's all put it aside. So, you know, one thing that we were talking about or trying to figure out is how you started a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Like,
so this goes back to it really goes all the way back to probably 2009, maybe 2008. I think it was the first time I went to San Diego. One of my friends was posting on Facebook and was posting photos of Comic-Con. I was like, how have I never been to this? I'd been to like local comic shows and other things around the area, but not on a regular basis. But it was one of those things where I saw him post these photos, and I was like, I got to go to Comic-Con. I got to go to this. It's like, you know, it's home to me, right?
It's calling me.
Yeah, it was. It really was. And so I said in 2009, or it was 2008, I saw his photos. In 2009, I went for one day. I went just to Sunday. And at the time, you could just go and buy a ticket. Like, I mean, they were just available, right? Like, I think I bought it online, but like it was just a one day Sunday ticket. I got a hotel for Saturday night. I mean, at the time, you could just Priceline, got a cheap hotel and went.
Yeah, it's impossible. Like if you don't,
it was crazy, right? And so we were there, and I started really enjoying it, and I just said, look, next year I'm going all 5 days, or wait, 4 days, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so 5 days, and I just loved it. I thought it was like the greatest thing ever, and you know, you do everybody kind of has their own way to enjoy it, and I'm kind of one of those folks that I love this. Like I love a little bit of everything, and that was what was so amazing because I mean, there's like like almost 2 million square feet of space there, and so I loved it. And sorry, I'm kind of getting off track here because
No, it's all right.
You're fine.
But we were talking, and in 2011, it was after I'd gone that year, and somebody was talking to me about it. He was just asking me like, "Hey, when did you start going?" Well, it's kind of like this, and I was like, "Yeah, it's funny because I love going to Comic-Con. I've been to some local ones, but there's nothing here in Stockton. That's where I lived at the time,
Right.
And so I just had this idea like, maybe we should do something like that here. And a friend of mine by the name of Andy Prokop, he was the president of the United Way of San Joaquin County. I just sent him an email on Facebook Messenger, and I said, I have this idea. I'm just wondering if it might be something you'd be interested in. I want to do an event. I want to raise money for charity. I want it to be just kind of a fun Comic-Con type event. And he goes, he just wrote me back. He didn't even say anything other than "let's do it." And those were the 3 words that like started Stockton Con. And so we started it in. So that basically it came to life in 2011 when I worked at the University of Pacific. I worked in the athletic department, so I was right there with the basketball arena there on campus. And I was like, well, and I talked to our facilities person. I was like, hey, what if, could we maybe, could I rent this out in August of next year? When I worked in the athletic department, there was like a very small window of opportunity when there's not events going on. So basically from September through like May, there's events going on all the time. And so basically you have like June, July, August, that's it. I was like, well, I'm going to probably need a couple of months to do this. And so basically I started doing this in my spare time, just kind of as a hobby, like going, hey, I want to try to start this.
Passion.
It was a passion project, 100%. And the first place I went to meet people was the Image Expo in Oakland. And I met actually somebody who turned out to be one of my best friends. His name is Mike Kingston. And he was at this event, and I love wrestling, right? And this is kind of ties into everything that we're going to talk about. But he had all this stuff and all this comic book that was based on wrestling called Headlock. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that, but maybe we can get him on the show at some point. He's an amazing guy. But like, I met him there, and then we just kind of hit it off, started talking about wrestling, old school wrestling, and then I said, hey, I'm doing this show. And he was actually literally the first person I invited as a creator. And he goes, I said, I'd love to have you come out to Stockton Con. We're going to start this. We're doing this in August. It's a few months away. And he goes, yeah, I'd love to come, man, but I don't think I can make it. I'm in New York. I live in New York. And I was like, because I was trying to keep it as local as we could at the time. And I thought he was local, but he ended up donating an original piece of art from Jerry the King Lawler, who is a great artist. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
That's awesome.
Yes, I have seen Jerry's work, and Jerry Lawler, his artwork is amazing.
It's great. Yeah. I mean, he could be a guest as an artist. I mean, he does all the Headlock covers and everything too. So that's great. But like, so the Image Expo, I met a few other artists. That a little bit later was Comic-Con. It was like, I think in July that year. And when I went there, I met a few other artists, and they came up. So our first Comic-Con was the Stockton Con it was August 3rd of 2012. And it was at the University of Pacific campus. I was expecting hopefully between 500 and 700 people. Expectations were, we were optimistic. We didn't do pre-sale tickets. It was just come to the door and just come out, and we're like, let's see what happens. Right.
Yeah.
And we had 4,200 people show up.
Wow.
And it blew me away. It blew I felt bad for our people selling tickets because they couldn't keep up. Like, I mean, we didn't know. We only had like, a few people. And so, it was just, I mean, it blew me away. And I talked to Andy from the United Way, and by noon, he comes up to me and he whispers in my ear, he goes, Mike, we got to find a bigger building.
That's massive.
So in 2013, we moved to the arena. It's Stockton Arena.
Right.
So, and then in 14, we moved to 2 days in the arena. And then
that's amazing in itself. You occupy an arena.
Yeah.
Not for 1 day, for 2 days.
Yeah. I mean, it's been amazing. I mean, the support from our community has been nothing. I mean, obviously we don't exist without support of folks like you, the creators, the vendors. I mean, you guys have me on the show. It's not about me. I mean, I'm just the guy that wears a tie occasionally, right? Like, I mean, I this is not about me. It's about families coming out and seeing stuff and people like the thing I love the most about it is like I get to see families come out. The kids that are 12 and under, they come in free. We've never charged for kids, and I don't believe in it. I never will. And when the parents come and they bring their kids to see, some of these kids may be seeing like a cosplayer as Superman or Spider-Man or She-Ra or whoever it is for the first time. Man, if you can see that at a show, it's mind-blowing.
Right.
The looks on those little kids' faces, I mean, it just makes me feel amazed. Like, I mean, I love that. And
yeah.
We have a couple cosplay friends that we deal with that that's why they do it is for that kind of stuff, like Fresno Deadpool's, Noel's cosplay, Cot J, who I actually met at Stockton Con.
Oh, nice.
Like a lot of those cosplayers, they do it just because they get to interact with kids and they get to, just kind of get that warm feeling of having a kid see their first superhero in person for the first time. It's awesome.
And taking pictures with them and stuff. I mean, it's just like I just think back and it's like, obviously cosplay really wasn't a thing like when I was a kid, but like, if I could have met somebody, like if I would have seen somebody dressed as Spider-Man or something, I would have flipped out, or the Thing or Mr. Fantastic. I mean, anybody, right? Like, I mean,
totally.
But yeah, it's great. And so that's kind of the origin of it. And then, and as we kind of move forward, I believe it was 2000, I think it was 2015. So 12. Yeah, it was 2015. I was driving down Lockford Street, which is where the Grape Festival is in Lodi. Because I grew up in this town and I know it. And in fact, I used to drive by the Grape Festival every day when I went to Lodi High School, where I graduated many, many years ago. And I was like, man, this is a really, and I love the Grape Festival when I was a kid. I love going to the Grape Festival. They do an amazing job every year. It's just a fun family event as well. And I was like, maybe we could do something here. And I talked to Mark Armstrong, who runs the Grape Festival, and then and just over the years dealing with Caitlin and Brandy over there. I mean, they make me feel so welcome and home there. It's incredible. And we're in the week leading up to it. It's this coming Sunday. So, but yeah, I mean that was really how it came to be. Is that I was driving by the Grape Festival one day and I just said, I called him. I basically pulled over, looked up on my phone the number for the Grape Festival and called him and said, hey, I'd like to do something here. Can I come and meet with you guys? And that was how it happened.
That's awesome. You're just making everybody's dreams come true.
Well, it's more my dream than anyone's, but I mean, I do appreciate that. Like I said, I mean, I love bringing people together. And I love like I said, the families coming out and there's so many there's so many cool vendors and like the 501st Legion.
Yeah.
I mean, all these people that come out. Oh, do you guys know Odin?
Yes.
Odin makes it.
So actually,
friend.
Odin's so awesome. I love his stuff. He'll be there this weekend.
Nice.
501st will be there. Hopefully a lot of moms come because moms get roses at this show this weekend.
Aww.
Oh,
very nice.
And we also are doing a special poster for moms too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I mean, we want to thank them for taking time out of their special day to come out to Lodi Comic-Con. So we're trying to bribe them, but
I'm glad you mentioned that because that's what I need to do to get my wife to let us and our kids that are under 12-year-old go to the show. So
well, you come out, work it out. If you need to take a rose home to her, we can work something out for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
something, right?
I'm trying to figure myself out because I just got a text message from my sister saying that they want to do dinner on Sunday night, and it's like
that's at night. That's at night.
You got all day. You got 11 to 5 to be at the Lodi Comic-Con, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's what you do.
You got to make this stuff happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I really want to be there too. Like I there's a couple of different people I want to go see, and I really just want to support the show. I mean,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Like it's just between Stockton and Lodi and the shows that you have going on. I mean, are those the only 2 shows that you guys do?
Yeah, we do the Stockton Con Winter in January, and then early winter, and then so of course the summer shows August 13th and 14th this year, and then Lodi is we're kind of clamped down on this weekend, the May 7th weekend. Next year will not be on Mother's Day, so that's a good thing. It's actually going to be on Mother's Day once every 7 years.
Oh,
Because the first lands on a Sunday just once, obviously.
So is that three,
I was like,
3 shows a year that you do?
Yeah, right now we have 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so you
Very
never
cool.
know. I mean, you never know how this mind works. Sometimes there might be something up my sleeve.
you do get to a point where your family's like, you're going where on what day?
I know, right?
Well, it's really interesting because I worked at the university for 27 years, and when my position was eliminated in 2015, and at that point, I kind of made a choice to like kind of devote what I'm doing to this. And there's other things that I do to make a living, but like, I wanted to make sure that we could do the best job that we could with these events. And I don't like to be a tease, but there's some really big things that we're trying to do for the summer show in August. I mean, not that Lodi is actually our biggest Lodi show we've ever done. We have 11 guests, special guests, celebrity signers, and we have 8 comic guests, and that's our biggest guest list we've ever had for Lodi by a lot. And it's also be our most booth space we've ever had. We have we're right around just under 200 total booth spaces between the artists and vendors, and it's we're really excited about it. And the thing that I like about it is that we do try to work with some of the folks, like the 501st will be there,
right?
And Odin will be there, and we'll have some video games set up. We'll have some magic stuff set up from War Torn Front. And Once Upon a Video Game is doing our video gaming. So like we love to work with all of our other friends and folks around, and just have a fun day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So 2015, you went all in on Lodi and Stockton Con. One of your headliners this year is Orange Cassidy from AEW.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Like, I'm a big time wrestling fan. Philippe's a big time wrestling fan. We're trying to get Phoenix to jump in on
I'm
the
learning.
wrestling
I'm
bandwagon.
learning.
But one thing that like has always stuck out to me about Lodi Con, Stockton Con, you always bring amazing like wrestling talent to this area, and it's talent that we don't normally see. Like, rest in peace. You brought Scott Hall not that long ago. I don't remember what year it was.
It was this past year. It was last September.
But that's amazing to bring that kind of wrestling icons to this area. So right off the bat, thank you for that. But it sounds like you're a big time wrestling guy yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a fan since my grandfather took me to the Stockton Civic Auditorium when I was like 5 years old. I mean, I got hooked immediately. Got scared, the hell scared out of me by Andre the Giant. And I was
wow.
But
whoa, really?
He was a good guy too, and I was still scared because he's 7 feet tall.
Right?
Big guy. Yeah.
But I mean, so wrestling has always been kind of a part of my life, and it was funny. It was about a couple of years when we started StockCon and did it at the university. We did not have wrestling there, and then but in 2013 we had Pro Wrestling Bushido come out. Bobby Hart was a good friend of mine and was running Bushido at that point. Every few months, and came out and they did some wrestling matches. I mean, you guys are good big wrestling fans. I mean, there were some amazing matches that were just out in front of Stockton Arena that if I told you some of these matches, like I might actually see if I can. I'll throw a couple of links in there because there's some matches on YouTube. But
yes, that'd be great.
Like Jeff Cobb, wrestled out in front of Stockton Arena. I mean, he's
awesome,
a huge star in New Japan Wrestling now. Timothy Thatcher. I mean, just
oh yeah,
I'm sure if Thatcher actually did, but SPW is the other company that I work for now. Supreme Pro Wrestling, and I'm actually the president, Mr. Miller. And
Nice.
we just had our biggest crowd ever at the anniversary show on April 24th, and we had
In Elk Grove, right?
Yeah, at Elk Grove, had almost 500 people there.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Nice.
it was huge,
A decent crowd.
huge crowd, yeah. And unfortunately, Mr. Miller did have a match, but he was not victorious in that. Well, let's leave that there.
He took some bumps. He took some bumps. That's
I was
good.
gonna say, is your character like a Vince McMahon style character, or?
I am the president of Supreme Pro Wrestling, and let's just say that the fans are not very fond of that character.
Yes.
Although Mr. Miller does everything he can to do the best for Supreme Pro Wrestling.
What's
That's
best
all
for business, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But yeah, but I mean, Orange Cassidy. We actually had Darby Allin
Mhm.
scheduled for Stockton Con Winter, and he had to cancel, and then we rescheduled him for Lodi, and then he had to cancel again. So both times he's filming a new TV show,
Mhm.
not a wrestling show, but an actual another TV show. And so both times kind of landed on schedules that we'd set it up, and then the schedule came in, and it was like so. But Orange was great enough to come out, and he's very excited. So
Yeah.
as excited as he gets.
Didn't we meet Orange Cassidy at LA Comic Con?
No, I met. So I mean, well, you were busy talking to Rob Liefeld, creator of Deadpool. I was talking to Jay White from New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh, Jay White's awesome.
So yeah, and Danny Limelight. So I'm just sorry, that's my wrestling thing.
Yeah, but yeah, Orange Cassidy will be there all day on Sunday, and then as well as Athena, who was formerly known as Ember Moon. And Ember, I mean, Athena is a great wrestler.
Yeah, she just had an article come out about a lot of the stuff behind the scenes at WWE. So she's way back out there in the space again. I mean, she's an amazing wrestler.
Yeah.
And she's
Super
a great
talented.
person. I don't know if you guys follow her on Twitch at all, but she loves video games as well, and is always it has kind of a weekly schedule where she's going through playing all kinds of stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, her
female gamer, cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she'll definitely talk video games with you.
Yeah, like I said, I know her husband's a big gamer too. So.
Yeah, for sure, they both are. Yeah.
I love meeting other female gamers because we're kind of rare. And so, I love gaming. I love talking to gamers, but other girl gamers, it's kind of a community because we're so small. Yeah.
So, yeah, I know you're a big wrestling fan. And you're a comic book fan. You brought some amazing guests to, Lodi and Stockton. Have you had an oh my god moment, where you maybe booked somebody and then you hung up the phone and you're like, oh my god, I just spoke with so and so on. I just booked Scott Hall, kind of thing. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the person, one of the people I booked Scott twice, and of course, rest in peace. I mean, we would have had him come back. I mean, obviously, but working with Kevin Nash has been great. He's someone who has always gone out of his way to take his time to talk to me about just a little bit about life and a little bit about just the business. And obviously, these guys don't have a ton of time because they're just taking in so many different directions. But
right.
I definitely appreciate him. And also, I just talked the other day. I've actually helped Booker T a few times at different shows. Yeah.
Wow. Tell me you just didn't say that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and because we had him at Lodi Comic Con a few years ago. Then we had him back at Stockton Con this past September, and then we also had him at a Chico Con.
Oh, nice.
And then we're talking with him right now about doing another appearance here in the area.
That'd be amazing.
Can't say it yet, but it's going to be. It would not be at a Comic Con though. So that'll be kind of unique and a unique opportunity for fans to see him.
Yeah,
you'll come back on and let us know when that's going to happen.
For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love me some Booker T.
Yeah, he's great. And
just say that.
Oh my gosh. So it's amazing that this con is going on. Like, let me run down some of the people that are going to be there, because we haven't even got to like major names that are going to be there. So we talked about wrestling, we talked about Orange Cassidy, we talked about Athena, formerly known as Ember Moon. But on the nerdy movie side, we have Star Wars icon Daniel Logan will be at Lodi Comic Con.
It's our boy.
Yeah,
We
That's
love
amazing.
Daniel.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. I mean, it's really cool, and I mean, just to kind of tie it all together with with May 4th being tomorrow, we have Daniel from episode 2, and we have Chris Bartlett, who's been a part of the Star Wars universe with Mandalorian, and he's done some of the acting with C-3PO as well.
Yeah, some of the 3PO.
Yeah, and then also one of my favorite artists. He's a really good person as well, by the name of Dan Parsons, and he was the main artist on many issues of Dark Horse. Star Wars.
Yeah,
Dark Horse.
Yeah, and so seeing some of the stuff that he's done, I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm using the word awesome a lot tonight, but like it really, I'm just impressed by all these folks that come out and
it is awesome.
I was gonna say it is an awesome thing. I mean, like you have, I mean, not just the big names, but I mean, like the entire feeling and atmosphere, and like this whole thing is just a con for fans. I mean, that's what why we love these cons is because they're for fans, by fans, meant for fans, and those are the best cons.
Right, and I mean, and that's part of it is that like I am a fan, and I appreciate obviously we'll bring guests out from shows that maybe I haven't seen or I'm not a big fan of, but if somebody says, hey, look, this we want to see this guy, and anybody can email us at any time. StockingCon@yahoo.com, LodiComicCon@yahoo.com. I mean, anytime. We always take suggestions and we always take them seriously and try to work things out because like I said, it is for the fans. I'm a fan myself, and and I love to bring out folks that I'm a fan of, but also people that are our fans that come to the events. We want them to have a fun time and see the people that they want to see as well.
Yeah, you know what I was gonna say? I appreciate you because I think you and I are probably around the same age. Like, grew up on wrestling, grew up on Batman 66, that kind of stuff. Like, Orange Cassidy's for me. Athena, is for me. But then like a little bit younger generation, Austin St. John,
right?
The original Red Ranger is going to be there.
That's
he's amazing.
This weekend?
Yeah, he's awesome. I mean, there I go again.
Daniel Logan, who's that's incredible because I was an original trilogy guy, but like I appreciated the the prequel trilogy, and all his work in Clone Wars. I dig that a ton. But like you're bringing in also a lot of anime acts.
Yeah, we're
stars,
doing
I should say.
An Avatar reunion, which is great.
Yes, yes.
Greg Baldwin, we've had before, and he's Uncle Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and
he was the second Iroh, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
because the original Iroh passed
away. Yeah,
but
yeah,
Jesse Flowers.
Yeah, Jenny Flower. We have Jenny Kwan and Olivia Hack. I mean,
Olivia Hack's gonna be there. Nice.
Yeah, and she's done other. They've all done other. Looking at these resumes of these folks, like the IMDb stuff, is just it's incredible because there's so many, so many amazing credits, and it's like sometimes you meet somebody and it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you were in that show.
Yeah, exactly.
And I do that on occasion, but
you're just like, oh, Cindy Brady's gonna be there.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we did have Cindy Brady at a Stockton Con many years ago. But yeah, and then Layla Berzins is going to be there as well. She's from
that ex-Hunter.
Yeah, and I think it's called. I'm not great at pronunciations on some of these. I want to say Genshin.
Oh, Genshin Impact. Yeah,
Genshin Impact. Yes, from that, and she's very iconic from that.
Yeah.
And then also, we originally had Aaron Dismuke from My Hero Academia, and unfortunately he had to pull out. He had a scheduling thing as well. But right away, we're working with some great agents. Chris, their agent, brought us in Don M. Bennett, who is also from My Hero. So just like that, we're able to replace Aaron, and we've already got Aaron booked for next May. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That was my other question. Like, how do you pull together amazing talent like this? Is it like one agency, like who's available, but is it also like passion projects, like let me go find some of my favorite wrestlers and see who I could book? Like,
yeah, we try to we try to book people that maybe haven't been in the area very much. That's one thing that we try to look at. And I work very closely with a good handful of agents, and they will pitch folks to me, and I'll ask. I mean, they all have lists, and I kind of go through and kind of see who might be available. I mean, the other thing you have to take into consideration is that the Lodi Comic Con is this Sunday, but there's at any one time there might be 4 or 5 other shows around the country, or maybe 10. I don't know.
Right.
But it's so you're always kind of like trying to get the best, the best group for your audience.
Mhm.
So,
I mean, not just that, but you run the risk of a production happening in the
Correct.
middle of your con. Yeah.
Yeah. Any one of our contracts that we have with a talent is, it always has an out, and we've never had any kind of an issue with releasing somebody. I mean, that's just part of the business.
Right.
The one thing we always try to do, though, is when somebody does have to move to a voice acting schedule or something, we always try to reschedule them, for our next event. That way, fans that we're looking forward to it aren't disappointed. Sometimes we have to catch up. I mean, like with Darby, it was January, and then now May, and now hopefully maybe August, or maybe next January. So
it's amazing that you were able to get Orange Cassidy too as like a replacement. Like,
yeah,
that's awesome. Like the next biggest guy in AEW.
Yeah,
there, one of the hottest young guys. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
no, it was great. And I mean, as soon as we found out that Darby couldn't make it, immediately I reached out to Orange's agent, because he was the person that I wanted to replace him, and we were able to work it out, and we were really excited about it.
I could talk to you all night long and pick your brain on all these amazing talents that are coming, but let's just for the fans, how much are tickets right now?
Right now, if you go to our website, LodiComicCon.com/tickets, there's 2 options. You can buy a $5 presale ticket on either Universe.com or Eventbrite.com.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but on exclusive to Universe, you can buy a $7.50 ticket, and that gets you an event poster for. So essentially, you're buying the presale ticket for $5, and you're getting the poster for $2.50, and the posters are $5 at the show. So it's a double presale, but that's only on Universe. And then also, I think we have 11 or 12 locations selling tickets in the area. So I'm not going to list them all, but if you go to the website,
yeah.
But I mean, of course, we're in Lodi, so I will mention the Launchpad on Lodi Avenue and Comic Grapevine on Cherokee Lane. You can also pick them up at the Lodi Grape Festival on Lockford Street, which is where the event will be.
Great.
I'm so excited for this, man.
And then day of, the tickets are
day of at the gate. Tickets are $10.
Okay.
How do you do this?
But I will say this.
Don't get it.
I will say this. Last year we had a very, very big crowd, and we're so thankful for everybody that came out. There is a real big advantage to buying the presale tickets, because you get your wristband ahead of time. And then, once you get your wristband and you're set, you can just go right in once we open the doors at 11.
Right. Because I remember going to Stockton Con in 2019 and waiting in line. Like the line was long, man.
Dude, it's so amazing. So again, Lodi Con is, what is this, May 8th? May 8th we're at?
Yes.
May 8th, this Sunday.
Holy
Sunday.
cow. Mother's Day weekend from 11 to 5.
11 to 5, yep.
Lodi Grape Festival grounds. Dude, this is going to be amazing.
It's going to be kind of nice because everybody's going to be watching Doctor Strange and getting in like all the nerdy spirit and then come to your con. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, with everything going on, I won't get to see it until next week. So no spoilers on you guys.
Yeah, you got to wear some
Yeah,
earmuffs.
we won't spoil anything for you, man. I mean, we almost spoiled Moon Knight for you. So.
I know. I was like, what's gonna happen?
Because you came in right mid discussion
I
on.
did, yeah, and I have
episode.
not been able to watch it yet. So I
It's
haven't
good,
even watched
man.
it.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy it when you watch it. It's good.
Yeah. Cool.
So awesome. Orange Cassidy, Athena, Daniel Logan, who's amazing, Austin St. John, a ton of actors from what is
Avatar.
it? Avatar: The Last Airbender. Too. This is going to be great, and everybody's pretty much signing autographs, taking
Yeah, they'll
photos.
be there all day. Yeah, I mean,
all
check
day.
out the guest list on the website as well. Just go check it out for all the information, and you'll be all set.
And your exhibitors sound amazing too.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun in there, and you'll be able to find Pops.
Yeah. Oh, I hope so.
We have legendary comic book artists and stuff like that. So I mean, it's gonna be awesome. This is gonna be a amazing show, and I'm throwing out all the good juju that it's gonna be.
Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys taking the time, and it just means a lot that you guys are helping us get the word out.
Anytime, anything you need. If you need young Phil over here to be yelling at people and barking and hyping everything up, that's what he does best.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna run out there and yell at someone like, "Oh
yeah!" If you need,
Macho Man's my favorite guy of all time.
If you need somebody to come sweep up, hey, I'm your guy. I'll come.
Okay, well, I might need that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely,
thank you,
Mike. You have a good one, and hey, thank you for taking your time to come and talk with us today.
Of course, anytime, guys. Thanks.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
That was awesome.
It really was. I was already excited for this show. I'm 1,000 times more excited for it now. So I mean, yeah, this is going to be great. Like, again, probably going to hit the show in the morning and then go have dinner with my mom.
I was going to say we're all going to be really tired this weekend because we're all watching Doctor Strange the day before.
My entire week is just draining, but it's fine. Okay, I'm all right.
You have to go to Lodi. Like, I understand your mom wants to have dinner. That's dinner.
I'm going. It's me and Raider Ray.
Yeah, there you go.
Hanging out down there.
Go hang out. Go say hi to Daniel Logan. Maybe Raider Ray has his brand new Funko diecast Boba Fett. Have him go get it signed. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna have a whole bunch of fun, see a bunch of friends, because we do have a couple of friends of the show that are gonna be there, specifically Daniel Logan. So I mean, you know, we'll be having a whole bunch of fun, and I'm excited, man. I don't know how I'm gonna survive until next week because
Guys, if your mom is a nerd, take her to a Comic-Con for Mother's Day.
My mom.
There you go. It's so
I was actually thinking it would be cool to take her with me because she wants to see me in that environment, but I like the thing is that it would be draining to have her come all the way out to Lodi and then back to Brentwood. So
I say you're already turning your fiance nerdy. Turn your mom nerdy too.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, my mom is not a nerd, but she encouraged my nerdiness. So
she could be. She raised a nerd. I mean,
there you go.
Well, guys,
maybe she's nerdy about shirts because we got shirts, people.
We got shirts, people. Apparently, I owe Greg a shirt. I thought I sent him one, but I mean, I owe Greg a shirt. I'm going to get him a shirt.
Yeah. We only have child small, Greg. So that's the one you're going to get. So there you go.
Yeah.
But for everybody else, all you got to do is DM us at Distance Nerding on Facebook, on Twitch, on Instagram. Just let us know what size you're looking for. It's $20 if you're local, $25 if we got to ship it to you, right?
Exactly. And guys, remember, we have stickers too. All you have to do is let me know that you want a sticker pack and I will send you out a sticker pack. Now, we also have a couple of new merch surprises coming down the pipeline, and we'll have that soon for you as soon as we have everything worked out. But I'm always excited about things, but I'm excited to get you guys the new merch. So
exciting. I love it.
Exciting.
So we talked about what we're doing this week. We talked about what we're doing this weekend. What are we doing on Monday?
Monday, we do the build, and specifically from 6 to 8 on Mondays, we do that build. But this week, I'm starting a new build, but we're also bringing on Mary Gibbs. If you're unfamiliar with who Mary Gibbs is, she is Boo from Monsters Inc.
Kitty.
I'm super excited for that too, because we built a lot of rapport with her when we met her at Capitola Comic-Con, and we keep in touch with her a lot, and she's like a super cool person. So I can't wait to have her on the show. Plus, you guys see me playing my my electronic music in the background, and she is also a electronic DJ. So that is going to be awesome.
Dude, that's gonna be awesome. She's so cool. She was on Kyber Cave not that long ago, and they
Yeah.
showed that video of her like spinning fire. Like, what the heck?
Yep.
Boo is spinning fire. That's amazing.
I know. I feel like she and I could be like besties. Like, she's so freaking cool.
She's a con girl or not a con girl. She's a festival girl for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And plus she's just super cool people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Super awesome. So catch that on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook Live from 6 to 8 Pacific Standard Time on Monday. Jump in, set that reminder because it is already up and we are ready to go.
So cool. Where can they find everybody?
Yeah, right here. Phoenix, where can they find you?
At Distance Learning, as always, but I'm also at we're a little behind on production, but Mysterium Tremendum, and you'll actually find me this weekend at Fremont Park battling lightsabers. Come and challenge.
Tomorrow. That's right. We didn't plug that. Let's plug that for a second. So you'll be at the saber battle.
I'll be at the saber battle tomorrow at Fremont Park, 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock.
All right.
Out there with Kyber Cave, right?
Out there with Kyber Cave. Shout out to Kyber Cave.
1,000 other people holding lightsabers.
Right.
It's going to be just nothing but people smacking each other with plastic blow rods.
Best time ever.
And if you don't, you can still go if you don't have a lightsaber. Well, Kyber Cave, are they selling?
Kyber Cave is selling their lightsabers.
Perfect.
And they are combat ready sabers, so you are just getting ready to get whacked with the lightsaber. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. Please take pictures.
Oh, I definitely will.
Yeah.
Video, pictures. I'm going to be challenging Van Gogh because we worked together for a little while and we never got a lightsaber fight the whole time we were working together. And I
think you guys need that. Honestly, I think you guys need that.
It's cathartic to whack your old boss with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
It's very Japanese, traditional. Very cool.
I told him it's gonna be like our Obi-Wan Anakin fight, like Obi-Annie.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
So for the rest of us, right? By the way, Phoenix, put the podcast like site or Instagram right into the chat just so everybody can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're
Mysterium Tremendum.
Exactly.
Mysterium Tremendum. Yeah, we're a little bit behind on our production.
I just need the help because I can't spell, So if you
I don't know how to spell Mysterium Tremendum.
I'll put it in the comments. I lost my voice, and also I work with an actor who is on the podcast with me. He calls himself Witching Man. But
very cool.
He's an actor and he's been in production, so it's been kind of hard to do another podcast. We are preparing. He's actually coming to the lightsaber battle tomorrow with me. So and then he's also going to be. You guys will be meeting him this weekend too. So Mysterium Tremendum. I put the link in the comments, and we're going to be hopefully doing Apple, and right now we're only on YouTube. We're going to be doing thank you. Darren's going to follow. This is Earning Mysterium Tremendum, and hopefully, follow us there.
Awesome. Phil, I'm going to speak for you. Everything is at Distance Nerding, right?
Everything. Our OnlyFans, our Facebook, our MySpace, all that stuff at Distance Nerding.
That's pretty cool. We need to make sure we stay on top of that. Like, is Periscope still a thing? Maybe we should go start that handle.
I'm pretty sure that we have a Vine account now, so we'll be doing Vines.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. You can find us out there tomorrow. Saber battle at Fremont Park in Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
or at the Star Wars 1977 screening at the Crest Theater. This weekend, if you're available, we'll be at the Century on Arden. It's a theater. We're going to be watching Doctor Strange at 9 p.m. at night. Sunday, Young Phil and Raider Rare are going to Lodi Comic Con.
Yes.
From 11 to 5. Almost till 5.
Planned.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. And then Monday, come back online, take a break, and watch the build with Young Phil, maybe Phoenix, maybe Jackie. Mary Gibbs. Holy cow.
Yeah. Jester G-Man, we are on tout.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just going to be like fast asleep on the podcast by Monday. I'm
No sleeping. You could sleep on Tuesday of next week.
You can sleep when you're dead. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the dance party. Here we go.
I don't have anything. Nobody told me. I need something.
Okay. In that case, we're starting with James.
I have nothing.
Distance nerding.
By the way, we just ordered more stickers. So they might look like this, might look like other ones. So
we ordered like 500 stickers.
If you want more stickers, just message us.
See wrestling.
See you next week.
Hello there.